24, and then those 24 players will bag. This is a $1 million guarantee. We thought there was going to be, and there's still a possible overlay here, but boy, we've got a lot of people that played today, so we're very close to the guarantee between the night flight tonight and tomorrow's turbo flight at 9 a.m. We might just go over this guarantee. We've got 9 great players at the stream table, and we'll go around the table after this first hand, but cards are in the air. A lot of these players you'll recognize, including my partner, Skull Mike. Commentator partner. Yep. Mentuts and Joel. Joel with the hockey sticks, but Mentuts hits his middle pair. Gut shot possibility.
Cards are like,
yeah.
7,500.
So the first hand is in the books. Final Table Kev is our first dealer. We'll have a couple dealers going tonight. Brittany is our game host. My name's Slick Rick. We'll go around the table. RVS with 14 big blinds in seat 1. Nick in seat 2, 25 big blinds. The Tranimal, he's joined me in the commentary booth many times. He's in seat 3. Skull Mike sitting with 28 big blinds. JD, who is a crusher, in seat 5 with 67 big blinds. Mentuts, 28 big blinds. D-Time in seat 7 with 12 big blinds. Joel in seat 8. And Mitch is in seat 9. And remember, Joel in seat 8, he won the Mega Monster for $302,000 back in August. Skull with the jiggities and the toothpick, bourbon infused.
5 folds. 6, 7 folds. 8 folds. 9 folds. 1 fold. So we're bagging 22.
21.
Nick from the Houston area.
Oh, it has to be 221.
No, it's 24.
Is going to come along, and we're going to go heads up.
It's 22.
I think they changed it to 10%.
Blinds are 2,000, 4,000, 4,000.
Because after it gets over 211, it goes up.
2 checks. We'll see in a couple minutes.
Big shout out to our moderator today, VW Bug. I don't think Yoda of Chatsville will be making it. So VW Bug will be holding down the fort. Appreciate it.
2 checks.
Skull Mike.
That's 8,000.
Gonna fire out 8,000. Nick looking for an ace or a king. Does not come, so Skull Mike. The option is over to Nick.
Check's good.
And it goes check, check. Skull is going to win the second pot of the day for 42,000. There is a flight that started at 5 o'clock tonight. Still plenty of time to get into this one. There's no more time to get into the flight that these guys are in. But at any time, you can see their chip stacks right at the top of your screen there. You can also see how many entries were in this flight, 220 total entries. I believe 81 players remain. We'll play down to 24. So we'll have a flight tonight, which started at 5 p.m. and it'll go till they bag. And then tomorrow morning, if you still really want to get over here, we have what we call the turbo flight, which is, I believe, 10-minute levels. Same structure, but 10-minute levels. So it goes quick. Day 2 will start up at 12:15, and we'll be on the air probably around 8 p.m. tomorrow until they reach a final table. So if you like your tournament poker, this is your place for the next 3 days. Because Monday we will have our final table.
Anybody watch that stream last night?
Cash one?
3 bets, 12,000.
Catch any of it? Oh.
Cash it.
That's like a minute or two.
Yes.
You're just selfish, Joel. You only watch when you're on?
Yeah.
I don't even watch that. You didn't watch that one back a little bit? Like,
I did watch that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one to watch.
Why you gotta bluff when you don't even have any cards?
Say that again?
So why you gotta bluff when you don't even have any cards?
He was saying you were lying.
Yeah.
Tranimal won the memorable and historic free roll, Lodge free roll on this past Tuesday for over $7,000.
that game. I know they had the.
If you've ever played
Was Rampage here?
our free roll on Tuesday night, you know what I mean. It is a happening. So we got a lot of crushers on this table.
No, you went.
I may be joined in the bunker here soon by another crusher, but I won't tell you his name until he gets here.
Definitely thought you would.
He's on the fence. He's got a lot of tournaments coming up in December. One can only play so many tournaments.
5-fold. Six raises to 10-5.
Here's the raise from Mentuts
8-fold.
with 8-9 suited.
One raises all in.
All in moment from RVS with Ace Jack for his remaining 54,000.
He's a magician.
About 13 big blinds. He puts it in with Ace Jack, and he's going to take it down.
Yeah. Got PTSD from last December. I went out there. Everyone was
What
just.
the fucking wild time.
Everybody was.
CK No Joke says, I've been watching Lodge tourneys. Skull Mike has skills. Seems he goes deep quite often. Props to him.
Playing a tank.
A better tourney player than Cash? I wonder if he agrees. He is a good tourney player. He's got talent in both. I think he would say he's a better Cash player. But he's got talent in both. I see Ruth Hall just entered chat. How you doing, Ruth?
6 raises to 9,500. 7-fold. 8-fold. 9-fold. 1-fold.
Big slick suited for Nick. What's he going to do here? He's got 75K, and he's going to ship it, it looks like. He goes all in. And don't know what Skull Mike has yet. But the way he's thinking,
Over here.
it's going to be something good. Skull Mike with a pocket pair. He only has 2K invested. He'll lay it down. And Mentuts is going to ask for,
You think any locals want a seat to the free roll? WPT?
Yeah, well, the lodge is giving away a couple seats.
75.
Honoring that.
gets the count. This would be for 2/3 of his chips. He does make the call here on hand number 5.
Sevens?
And this is for Nick's tournament life.
Higher than that.
How many are left?
How good are you?
So good.
Read.
161,000.
Yeah, right in there, right there.
Yeah, right there.
So close.
Fives, bro. You're not hiding anything.
Ace, king, or 10 is what Nick is needing.
Oh, no hearts.
You get this?
Ace, king, or 10 does not come. And Nick
Thanks for playing.
is eliminated.
We'll see you at Lodge Houston. Coming soon.
And Big Slick, another player, will walk out of the lodge when their last hand was Big Slick.
Yes.
He may enter the night flight. Hell, he's been playing since noon today. It is currently 6:30 in the evening. But still plenty of time to get involved in our final flight of the day for this tournament, $1,200 buy-in.
Fold. 8 fold. 9 fold.
Who are you doing the show with?
Lisa. 1 raises to 9,000. 3 folds.
What a show we had last night, folks. Who was able to tune into that one? That was a fun one. Maybe one of the most fun streams I've ever done, and I've done over 400 live streams. Maybe even over 500. I'll have to do a count one day. Skull Mike with suited Broadway cards calls the 9,000. It's JD with ace queen and tons of chips. He's got close to 250,000 in front of him. He's going to raise here to 42,000.
42.
Mentuts also with Jack 10 suited. He's going to lay it down from the big blind. So back to Skull Mike.
Fold 5 ones. Sections in 8.
G88, the Lodge. Most of our 80% of the games out in the main room right now are 1-2. We do have 1-3. We've also got PLO. We do run higher games when we are available. But, you know, the blinds here at the Lodge,
On the max.
they're just a suggestion.
Being like,
Games get pretty juicy. Last night's stream was a 25-50 game that was playing 25-50, 200, 400 all night long. So,
just so short to the ground all the time.
but the 1-2 game in
It's easier
at the Lodge equates to a 2-5 game in Vegas. I will say that till the cows come home. Plays very much the same way as a 2-5 game in Vegas.
JD, what are we thinking?
It's a different place.
5 raises to
JD goes from ace queen last hand to ace king, big slick suited. This hand he raises to 11,000.
7 fold.
Three high. Oh man, I almost
Yeah,
couldn't.
Thank you. Thank
I will
you.
always have that if I raise the button, you guys. You know.
That's the lightest you're going to raise the button with.
And if the 1-2 at the Lodge plays like a 2-5 in Vegas, the 1-3 at the Lodge plays like a 5-10 in Vegas. I believe that. Close to it.
We don't make it if we just all say
Yeah, we just fold every hand.
48. Did I do the math?
It's just funny, you know, when people the blinds, they equate it to maybe their home poker room and the 1-2 games where they play. It's just something in the air. I don't know whether it's Texas or the lodge in particular, because I pretty much just play at the lodge.
5 folds. Six fold. 7 fold. Big call.
The greatest beard in all the land, Joel. He owns tons of lodge hardware, tournament hardware. I think he's won over $400,000 in tournament winnings from the lodge in the last 15 months.
4 bets. 5,000. 8 folds. 4 wins.
Somebody who drinks beer.
Black Hat H-Man says, insanely entertaining stream last night.
Let's go. Oh, wow. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
I hope to be here for a while.
We needed you here.
They don't.
This is exactly what
Good.
we needed. One Houston player leaves,
Get
another
another
one
one.
returns.
Uh-oh.
Out there.
Yeah.
You have
A whole whopping
whole
30,
whopping
34?
34.
Damn, Jess, those nails are fire.
They're lava lamps.
Wow. Do they glow in the dark?
They do.
Shit, come on. Get the lights off.
They do.
We need the lights
Gorgeous.
I had a 90s themed murder mystery Friendsgiving party.
Oh, sick invite. Thank
As
you.
one does.
So
She brightens up this table
we are just having a good time.
from the Houston area
Yeah.
with 34,000 chips,
Disney knows to
about 8 big blinds.
fit the thing.
4 raises to 8,000.
Brittany, I'll grab a Modelo, please. Yeah, when anybody else wants something?
I'll have a Dos Equis so I can loosen up my range.
I'll get a Modelo as well.
5
Sure.
calls.
Joel.
Mike's buying them in.
I was going to say, if Joel's having one, it's probably on Joel then.
What did he say? I didn't hear him.
All right. I had a good week.
Skull paying for people's beers? Holy crap. What's going on?
7 folds.
All in?
All in from Joel.
Drinks on Joel.
He just ordered a beer.
How much is it?
How fast that changed.
54.
Well, the
All in for his last 54,000.
common courtesy, just to fold the hand. You know what I mean? I guess I got to fold, unfortunately. Yeah, confirmed. Fold.
4 folds, 5 calls.
Skull folds. JD with the queens. Here we go. This is for Joel's tournament life.
Little big stack trapper. My name's
JD with a chance to knock him out. One of the most feared players
Jesus.
on the ropes here.
I don't feel great.
Joel's pretty lucky in here. That's all I gotta say.
No.
Joel's pretty lucky.
I guess that.
A heart.
What about 9?
124,000 chip pot. Joel for his tournament life.
3.
Open ender now for Joel. And he's done. JD has knocked
What are we doing?
Joel out.
Shit.
She hasn't got it yet.
JD won it, fair and square.
You can double fist it.
And he just ordered a beer.
Wow, it's in the back.
Hey, were you sweating with that 9 or what?
76 players remain in this fight. We'll play down to
I folded Mason. I still
24. There's the stacks at this table. JD with 89 big blinds. And somebody asked earlier, how do you go ahead and play on Lodge live stream? Well, if you're a tournament, make the final table or get chosen for a feature table.
I was banking on something.
But pretty much all the other times, get in touch with that man right there. That is Skull Mike. That is his 3rd grade school picture. Get in touch with him on Instagram or Twitter, at Skull Mike Poker, or email him, skullmike@thelodgepokerclub.com. Let him know when you're going to be in town, what games you'd like to play. Start the conversation with him, and we'll get you on. We stream Wednesday through Saturday.
8,000.
Start the conversation with Skull. One thing, though, we could make you a star.
With the rig. Yeah, just
Your VPIP's kind of high, you know that, right?
it's a cash game.
Dude, his cash game
can't
is
be-
like 19.
You can't be a nit on stream. You gotta get invited back.
Oh, that's what we're
You
doing?
don't have multiple dirty steps. Is that a thing then?
It's called colorblind.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
My bad.
So, what else do I got going here? More?
Wow, you're just losing.
568 people already watching, tuning in on this Saturday early evening in Austin, Texas. And there's the outer rooms. We have a camera set up out there. These are some of the 76 that are still remaining in this flight. Looks like we got an all-in situation out there. I think we got four or five tables out there, plus this stream table.
For as long as
I'm
I can.
allergic.
76 players remain.
It's a lie.
I have a couple of friends that are
Lies to
allergic
you.
to liquor or alcohol.
Liver's allergic. Not super allergic.
Twofold.
Oh,
Fourfold.
Just doesn't look very flattering on camera.
C3 Tranimal, who's helped me commentate a bunch, and he's
step outside.
great tournament poker player. He's part owner of Fanatic Restaurants, which 3 locations.
Sevenfold.
Here in the area. Heard it's excellent. I'm going to have to go try it.
Twofold. 5 wins.
Nice hand, well played.
Played itself, man. Played itself.
I'm gonna go back and look on the stream, see what you.
Folks, we want to give a big shout out to our stream sponsor, ClubWPT Gold. Hey, on December 13th, they're having their incredible $5 million historic free roll. Takes place in December the 13th. Entry is free, but requires a golden passport. Only 2,000 will be given out. For your chance to win a golden passport, sign up at clubwptgold.com and use code LODGE, as we're giving 5 golden passports
Not even the stream.
a week out.
Exit the city.
Once you register once, you'll be eligible for all lodge drawings.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's cool in here.
6 raises to
Sometimes it's a bit too
15,000.
quiet for tournaments,
No, I won't have a problem keeping it quiet.
Yeah.
9 fold, 1 fold.
but it's good.
Could be fun on stream then. Probably.
Just live in Houston. It's hard to come here from Houston all the time.
Twofold.
Yeah.
Threefold.
When
It was
Lodge has
either-
been open.
The
Yeah,
dealer
Lodge
or it
Houston.
is. Same here.
Houston.
The Lodge Houston, yeah, that's exactly what we need.
Another poker room.
Yeah, just buy out Empire and those other bad rooms.
Hear that, Empire? We're coming for you.
That is the biggest room.
Yeah, like, well, Empire, Legends, all the bad, like, they have sick action, but they're just unsafe and give Houston poker a bad name, is my point. But
You
they're,
don't want to be unsafe.
yeah.
Gorgeous. Just telling it like it is about the Houston poker scene. Never been to a club in Houston. Lodge has 2 clubs, Austin and San Antonio.
5 raises.
This is all Mike has right now.
You never know where we'll pop up next.
Good.
I guarantee you, well, I shouldn't say guarantee you.
Talking about him.
I'm pretty damn sure we're not stopping at just Austin and San Antonio.
6 calls.
I hope not.
7 fold.
I'm going to get to see what you called me with, you know that, right?
3 fold.
Let's see what we got.
Skull Mike in the big blind. It'll be 6K to call with his couple Broadway cards. He will come along.
Check.
Skull Mike with a gut shot. Top pair for Mentuts. And just ace high for JD. It's his option. He's got all the chips. 355,000.
16,000. Six calls.
Fold.
Skull will lay it down.
That's it.
And we're going to go to a turn. JD is dead to an ace.
The week of the good restaurants is coming up. I'm gonna be freaking 30 pounds heavier by Sunday.
And pocket really lighter, much lighter.
Yeah, I already paid for like half of the restaurants in advance. So that helps.
It's like for two, right?
Omakase place is over a G, over a 10.
Craft?
16.
For 4.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be like 250 or something.
Yeah, maybe for 4. My parents don't eat too heavy, so maybe I get off cheap.
Doesn't matter. It's on omakase. They're just gonna eat.
Where are you going?
It's called Craft Omakase.
Is it the one that's inside the golf course or no?
No, that's Tokoshan.
No, that's Sushi by Scratch Kitchen. Phillips.
I've been.
Phillips.
Tokoshan did that mini bar down in Los
JD, 16,000 to call. Looks like he may be raising here.
I love sushi.
No, she's talking about resorts in like the middle
He
of nowhere.
does. He raises to 45,000.
That's Phillips.
Yeah,
It was,
Phil's
in the,
spot,
it was
yeah.
in the middle of nowhere.
Six
It's
calls.
like 45 minutes east to office. It's not too bad for you.
What is Mentuts? He makes the call. To the river we go.
Y'all are gonna hear me burp on stream because of this beer. Yeah, that's water.
Mute the mic, mute the mic.
No, Austin's not a bad drive from Houston. It's like
JD's only chance here
Depending where you're at.
is to make a bet. He's got the straight blocker with the 10.
it's a drive. Yeah.
No diamond in his hand, so he's a little worried about that.
So many fun trips to Houston.
When I was little, my mom would take me out of school to go eat at the Oasis for lunch. It was really pretty.
The only chance he has to win this pot is to make a bet.
I don't remember doing that.
158,000 already in the pot. He gives up, and it goes check, check, and Mentuts is going to win a nice one. And into the bunker, we're going to invite a gentleman who finished 72nd this year in the WSOP main event, and he currently owns a $953,000 bag to go to day 2 tomorrow in this event. The Pitmaster General, the man himself, Mixin Poker.
What's going on, Rick?
Mixin Poker, gonna stay with me for a little while, and you were out at the 1-2 streets as we see the outer table. There's Ebony Kenny with her cowboy hat. Oh, I'm glad to see she brought the cowboy hat back.
Yeah, that's Rampage's hat from yesterday, I think.
Well, she borrowed Jungleman's hat from us and never brought it back. I'm going to ask her about that.
Oh wow.
It's a nice souvenir for her.
She took it out to the WSOP during the summer and said she'd bring it right back. We trust her.
Gross.
Skull with the ladies in the small blind.
We start doing this little dance in Lincoln. I mean, whatever.
Skull looking to put in a raise here, but he's got a crusher in JD on his left, so
This chef is from Japan.
He is going to raise.
Mitch is going to put that right in the muck, that little small ace.
I love Leslie.
Wow, so you bring me in here, and I just get to
Every
see
time I
my
come
first
here,
glance
she
at this
just
table. What
always
a
takes care of
feature
me.
table this
Makes
is.
my day.
Yeah.
I love her.
Got the Tranimal, Skull, JD. We had Joel on this table. He got knocked out. JD knocked him out.
Now without you.
Yeah, no, she.
CK says, Mixon, I know you're a great player. I've watched you bluff-tastic. But I've heard 10 times already that you're the best barbecue man in Austin. Now, that's a bold statement because Austin is littered with amazing barbecue. He does have barbecue experience. His barbecue is amazing. I don't know. I love you, man, but I don't know if we can go with the
It's
best
hard to say
barbecue
the
in
best
Austin.
in Austin, man. That would be quite the title.
That sounds frustrating.
But yeah, I can hold my own for sure.
I can attest to that.
Reactions be judged.
Mitch with the tanks here, opening under the gun one.
It's like chef's choice.
But if you have dietary restrictions, like the fuck, she knows.
And I'm allergic to
See the
scallops. I
Tranimal,
found that out
Oh,
the hard
now
way.
scowls too.
3-bet the
Yeah,
ace-10
I'm
off.
back on his side.
See,
God
I know
damn.
it's excessive.
It's high maintenance.
I know, but I'm the one paying. My body, my choice.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah, they have. I like to eat sushi because I don't eat beef.
Heads up. Final table Kev will give us 3. No ace for the Tranimal. And let's see if he can continues here.
Probably gonna put a small bet out there. Keep telling his story.
3 bets, 15,000.
And this is a pretty good flop for tanks.
Yeah, Mitch isn't going anywhere.
Just going to call. So we will see a turn. Queen may slow some things down.
I like the call from Mitch there. Let the player keep bluffing into you on the turn, potentially, but I don't know that Andrew has a stack or a hand that he wants to keep doing that. Might see him check back and take a free river here.
45,000.
He's going for it.
That's 45.
Leaves him about 35K for the river.
It might work here too. Mitch is thinking, do I really want to risk half my stack with second pair here? And he does lay it down, so good bet by the Tranimal.
He said free bet. I looked down. I was
He
like,
won the free roll, the Lodge free roll. No chop for him in that one. Won over 7,000 this past Tuesday night. You've won a couple of those.
I have won a couple of those.
I know, it's like funny.
What is your? You've got how many trophies do you have from the Lodge, your house?
I think the Art of Poker was my second or third.
Man,
Not a lot of trophies. I do have a lot of wins and those free rolls and things like that, but the bigger Saturday, the monthly ones like the Art of Poker and things, those tournaments are tough.
Yeah.
Very tough to make it to the end and win the trophy. I've gone deep a few times in those, but
8,000.
4 raises makes it 8,000.
Blinds go up or what?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, it's 10,000. You gotta go up to 10.
Skull making it just clicking with the very, very pretty Jack 10 of clubs.
said that a couple times tonight. Blinds are now 2,500, 5K, 5K. And D time gives Skull Mike a smile with just about 4 big blinds. D time makes the call here in the big blind.
But both players with this flop, and the king high at D time is still in the lead.
4 bets, 5,000.
But Skull is very aware that his calling range in the big blind is
He's gonna set you up.
not going to have very many aces in it with his stack. So
In the bunker is Mixon Poker. Cam finished 72nd in the main event. What was that, day 6?
day 6, yeah, late day 6 is the level, close to the end of the level after dinner break. So we had another 2 hours that night to play still, but
I can tell you we were all cheering for you, obviously, and High was there with you, finished 102nd, I think. Looks like we've got an all-in. Gorgeous wakes up with crabs, which is never a fun thing to do. She goes all in for her remaining 5 big blinds.
We're going to see the other crabs are out there. We got 2 people at the table with crabs. You might not want to get in between that.
6 calls.
The truth.
Does call off the big
They don't wanna
stack.
get banned for
Heading to a chop unless somebody gets ugly eliminated.
You,
No out.
Spider-Man.
No,
Need
up
that.
and out.
Amazing. Oh my God, 2 flush draws. Let's go all hard. I'm just kidding. Chop it up.
I've seen that setup before. Somebody will get a flush.
Class.
No one's home. Oh my God.
Uh-oh. Mentuts is on a free roll.
Slight free roll here.
Needs a couple of clubs.
And
Chop it up.
chop it up.
Ricky Hirsch, the one and only Ricky Hirsch, who talk about crushers, man. It seems like Ricky Hirsch, just pencil him in for a deep run in lodge tournaments.
Absolutely, man. He is a very solid player. I played a lot with him yesterday, actually, when we were working on bagging.
Ricky with the $18 super chat, such a nice guy, and always seems to make deep runs. There's
He's got some pretty good jerky too. I don't know if
Yes.
you've ever had his jerky.
Yes.
He's got some pretty good stuff. He gave me some yesterday.
yeah, we've got a couple guys, a couple good friends of mine are in the jerky business.
Yeah.
And you're in the barbecue. Well, you used to be in the barbecue business.
Yeah, I'm not in the business anymore per se, but
You just do it for fun.
yeah.
Like all of them.
Alcohol. That's whose decision it is.
Mixon made some pork ribs for me one time that
Look at this maniac.
I didn't need anything. No sauce. Didn't want to wreck it.
Every hand.
Yeah, you can't ruin it with
Just
sauce. and
they were so good, Mixon.
They fit the theme for sure.
got,
I did buy a lava lamp. That was like the most
JD
memorable
has the
purchase
ace
I've done.
jack off here and sees the shove from Gorgeous for 30K, and
I'm
he's
just
got
trying
plenty.
to. I'm
I think that we're gonna see
I'm
him
doing it.
raise and
That
isolate.
would be cool.
He might just find just a call too, but
Look at those.
Calls. 6 folds.
he does just
He
call.
has the chips
Both
double
both
man.
options on the table, I think there. And
Oh. JD runs
Jess is
pretty bad. There's that.
in the danger zone here.
You'll get at least 2 diamonds for sure. Or a deuce 3 flop.
You have 1.
That makes it more likely. It's an unblocker.
And everybody else at the table,
All right.
Oh, here we
Here's
go.
the fate.
they don't love if Jess stays around because she's such a great player, but they also don't love if
Good job.
JD takes her chips.
Some opportunities here.
Opportunities do not come.
Does not
Yep.
come. And
I'll see you on the night
See
flight.
you.
Gorgeous says, I'll see you in the night flight. You got to love that.
God.
I don't know too much about Gorgeous. Do you know much
Yeah,
about her?
yeah, she is a absolute crusher.
damn
From
it.
her and
Shit.
her husband live in the Houston area. Both very, very
Yeah.
good poker players.
I think you're pretty live on the next seat with the remaining field.
So we are watching part of the Mayhem Poker Series. 1.3 million as we get a look at the outer tables going on as well. This series goes till December 1st as we get a good look at Bones there.
Bones all in. And there was some history. I think if it's still him, yeah, it's the 2-seat here. I was walking by earlier about 3 hours ago, and him and Bones were kind of getting into it. He was telling Bones that he's a way better poker player than Bones is, and I watched Bones just beat him in a pot, and so I don't know. This could be an interesting dynamic, you know. I haven't been there. We haven't seen the table the whole day.
The 4-seat, the Aggie hat?
No,
or
the 2-seat that we can't see
okay.
right now.
Okay.
It looks like the decision's on him, too.
Yeah, it is. There we get a little bit.
I'm not sure his name. I don't recognize him. But
So we do have an all-in and a call.
He puts it, I think he put it in, too. So 3 ways.
Big pot brewing on the outer tables.
Bones with the ace-king.
Don't know what the other players have. We should get the dealer to show us those.
And Bones is asking how much from the 2-seat. So 2-seat had a pair. Couldn't see what it was, but
Looks like we've got about 63 remaining. We'll go down to 24 tonight. 24 will bag for day 2, which is tomorrow.
It's on the table there.
What was it? A noon start tomorrow for day 2?
I'm not positive. I think one or two.
2:15 start because we got the turbo flight in the morning at 9 o'clock. So
Sounds great.
and then day 2 will start at 2:15 and we'll come on air for day 2 sometime around 8 p.m. I would guess tomorrow. So we'll go deep into the night, probably well after midnight tomorrow, to come to a final table.
And while we were watching that hand with Bones, I think D-Time busted. So we're going to be getting a couple new faces at this feature table.
Guys, all-time first team strip club right here. Sorry if any girlfriends, wives, future baby mamas, mothers, or family members are watching. But Samantha P10s, I got you.
Tara Harrison is in chat. All in
Let's see
from
Ryan
RVS.
Ryan go all in here. Ryan, another really great poker player.
I guess
Quite the resume from him.
God.
How much is it?
He's just trying to skip the big line. You know?
Does Skull go anywhere without those toothpicks?
No. They're $42 each.
I mean,
I'm kidding. I don't know how much they are.
I don't think you're far off.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice in here.
oh, you know the Houston player.
That's her boyfriend.
You kill one.
So RVS will take it down.
It's a nice shove
Jeez,
from him there.
revenge?
CK wants to know if I will be playing the seniors event at the LCS in February and early March. I don't know. I hope to. I always like to, but the problem with me playing these tournaments is I am part of the stream team, so it's hard for me to play and commentate at the same time.
The stream team and the dream team.
Yes, they're one and the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah, last
That was
night
a crazy
huge.
game. That was a crazy game.
So Justin comes in seat 2.
Ryan doesn't have time to watch.
Oh, yeah, I always watch it.
Ryan has no time.
He's a busy man.
He's too busy.
I mean, I
firing.
put it on the side when I'm like, you know,
Yeah, I'm
doing
sorry.
something else.
I'll take the side.
And,
That's cool.
It looks like we also have David coming into the table. That is
Later in the week.
Gorgeous's
Exact same as
husband, another
Okay.
another crusher, David Shaw.
It's like the same movie.
All in, so Justin just sits down. His seat isn't even warm yet, and he puts his 60K in, his 12 big blinds.
Happy very similar movie. Yeah, then I'm gonna like
And
that.
JD
I just, yeah.
with a decision here.
Oh my
Probably pretty close.
He's got a decision.
JD with 317,000. This would be about 20% of his stack.
That's exactly what JD said too. He said it's so close.
It's not a good call.
It's tough, especially the guy who just comes to the table. Don't have any info on him.
It's close.
Close.
Justin, familiar face to JD though.
You're a big clock guy. Big clock guy. You know, if you use your eyes, you can see it off the reflection.
I'm not dyslexic though.
You don't have to strain your neck, though.
Man.
I think this one really pains JD. I think he might just put in the fold here, but would not be surprised to see him call
How much time?
for the amount. Only 60K.
Again, one more time.
60,000.
12 bigs.
I'm
He's going to gamble. And Justin doesn't like it.
Gonna be happy to see the Jack
This is my
9
first
here.
hand. I'm just gonna be out.
Justin, no stranger to our live stream. He's played on a bunch of
Pretty live.
Yep.
cash streams.
Very solid player.
Couple clubs for Justin and a 9.
Start.
I think he'll be sticking
Kill him,
around.
kill him.
Now he's got 2 pair. Looking for a 10 ball. Doesn't come. There's the flush for Justin. And he will double up, more than double up.
Good gamble.
Yep, that was a very good spot for him. I like his shove too with,
Good gamble.
12 bigs.
Can't win every pot. I mean, fuck.
I can't win any pot.
Yeah, you see.
With 762 people watching, let's do a little roll call. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'll try to give you a shout out. Time for a roll call.
Why did they switch to PLO last night?
Because they're fucking degenerates.
Yeah, they just, the limit just dropped.
Yeah,
they just started
they
playing
ain't
them on.
playing
It's
with
hilarious.
200K on the tail. They do what the fuck
it's
they want to
sick.
do.
I know, I love it.
But it's only for about an orbit.
An orbit, oh, okay.
Just orbit.
8 folds. 9 folds, 1 fold.
People were stuck and then got unstuck, right?
3 folds.
You've won one of these, right? Didn't you? Like last year or something?
4 folds.
Don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I
I feel like I've seen you on the Twitter holding like the trophy, maybe. Thought you did.
I want something like real small.
It was small. Okay.
We're going to see a flop. Blind versus blind. JD with the king 7 of diamonds.
What was first place money?
Maybe 30.
Gut shot possibilities for Mentuts and JD.
Well, it could have been
Middle
30,
pair here.
Yeah, yeah.
People keep confused.
It's an interesting
got any big
flop
scores?
here.
Like,
The
what's
all
your-
hearts.
What's your biggest
Go.
score?
Not lately.
You got to think that middle pair is good a lot of the time, blind versus blind.
I don't even know. I know his name's Ryan. I
Draw
know
the
his
Mike
last
Sexton cup.
name.
Now you know.
What was it?
Nah, no, I only say it one time.
I don't-
One time guy.
And
One time guy. Can't run it 2 times.
now especially thinks he's good, I assume.
I said one time.
The turn checks back.
I really don't.
And the board pairs the top pair from the flop on the river.
Yeah.
JD might try and go for some thin value here.
The lodge.
16-5.
Does. I like this.
And there's the fold. So let's go around the world and see where we're tuning in from. Robert Zamora from San Antonio, home of Lodge Card Club number 2. Xander from Philly, home of Rocky Balboa. Yusuf from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Wow. How's it going over in Saudi Arabia? Connor Mixon living rent-free in his brother's head. Michael Fairbank from Swansea, New Hampshire. CK from the Philippines. How's it over there in Manila? Primus from Tampa. Joe from McMinnville, Tennessee. Jim Bonix, of course, the Oprah of Chatsville from South Austin. Josh from Reno. Sean from Vicksburg, Michigan. Vic Bueno from Wyoming. Cloud from Kentucky.
Nice shot here of
There's-
Mike Brady.
There's Mike Brady, Iron Mike Brady. He was in the bunker yesterday. Look at Mike.
He's got a decent stack right now, a little 200K stack.
I like it for about an hour. Then I stop like it.
Bogdan from Romania. Aaron from Cork, Ireland.
Seven's like, I think I need a snack or something.
Thank you all for tuning in.
6 raises to 12-5.
All in.
All in, and you said David is Jess's husband?
Yes. I don't, they may just be engaged, but
Okay.
But they
They're
are
a couple.
Exactly, and he's gonna get called by the ace-6. I'm gonna see a flip basically here.
Yeah, I can't even see it. Nice.
Roomy.
And not the flop that David wanted.
tough
He's
one.
gonna need runner, runner,
Paint skis?
and
be
he's
real
gonna
tough.
be done.
Good luck, guys.
So David is going to meet Jess and enter the night flight.
Yes.
I was gonna say something. Like
But
that.
both of those poker players are
Another Houston player. Right there.
practically shoo-ins to be playing again tomorrow. So I would be watching for them if you're playing the night flight tonight.
Sebastian from Denmark. Steven Reisman's going to be in Round Rock tomorrow. Hey, Steven Reisman. Hopefully I'll get to see you.
Take the one that says Mike on it.
Nick Nuccio from Long Island, New York. Long Island.
I can take the one that says
Sebastian from Denmark.
There you go.
Devin from Motown.
Damn good.
The 313, right?
Forever to get a reservation.
I went there one time last year. I didn't really like
See Brendan Kaufman
get a reservation?
playing
Yeah.
1-3 at the lodge right now. It is popping out there.
Yeah,
I've
it's
been there, but I've heard good things.
a good thing to see.
Incredibly mixed things.
I went and
thought it was great.
it was meh.
I agree.
Is it,
I
is it
enjoyed it.
expensive?
It's mad.
It's expensive. You gotta book in advance. I live up here. I gotta go down there.
I enjoyed it.
But that being
Alright,
said,
but I wasn't like I gotta come back.
what I ordered last night was delicious. So then there's that.
But I've also only been there once. I could order something. I order.
Yeah.
They're talking about Red Ash, I think. Is
Yes.
that what they got yesterday? Yeah,
Yeah.
been there. You ever been there, Rick?
No, but there was a bunch of food last night. I just wasn't hungry, and they had a bunch of it last night. 2 pair for JD.
There's not
South African chicken, like fast casual place. Didn't they just open? They just opened.
not much for Mitch
they have
here.
them all over.
Yeah.
Like outside.
Unfortunately, when you flop 2 pair with
Nando's.
the hand like that, it feels great. You hope the guy has king jack
Where is it?
and just wants to blast into you.
Next to like
But
the Irish bar.
JD happy to take down a small pot nonetheless.
Asian burger place.
No, I don't know anything about that.
57 people remain. We will go down, play until we have 24. Then those 24 will bag.
Good.
Slick Rick, along with Mixon Poker. Mixon has already bagged in this tournament 953,000. I think you're third right now in chips going into day 2.
That is a great feeling. I am chasing down one Douglas Polk.
Yeah, he's second now. There was a guy who, Doug, bagged over 1 million chips, and there's another guy bagged 1.2 million I saw. So
Very nice.
the snowman for RVS.
All in?
And he's going to go all in for his remaining 106, his 20 big blinds, 21 big blinds. And JD has a chance to knock another guy out.
JD really hates this one. I know that. Ace Jack just,
What is he thinking here right now, Mixon?
he's thinking that he's hopefully flipping, but that he hates calling. I mean, either decision here is probably fine, but I think that JD will, he might just lean to fold here because when he has, he can be up against ace queen and ace king pretty often, but when he's not,
He's
makes
going to make the call.
He's going to flip. We're going to see it.
And this is RVS tournament life.
It's a very big pot for both these players in this flight right now.
Both are pretty black individuals.
229K in the middle.
I'm gonna
Ace Jack
take
of
the
diamonds
fifth
win.
on this one.
Oh, and
Oh,
that
wow.
is
A set for RVS.
Diamond.
No diamond.
and he's going to
It's
take
over.
it down. Yeah, JD's shaking his head right now. Why?
I've seen him win 8 out of 8 all-ins today.
Why did I call?
But he busted
mean-
the last one, right?
Yeah. I wasn't at
RVS is, you know, the other part of that it Mixon is
That's true.
talent, giving talented players chips, you know. A
Absolutely.
chance to knock them out, yes.
Absolutely.
But the flip side is,
Yep.
and we're going to wave goodbye to Final Table Kev and say hello to
you up.
Lisa. And we see the stacks. Mitch is the short stack at the table, 14 big blinds, no need to panic.
I know where that baby's gonna sleep. Don't fucking touch me.
Where's Skull Mike sitting at 26 big blinds?
Why I got
Plenty
why I
of
put the
chips.
little man
Plenty of
into it?
chips.
I'm gonna hit it where it hurts.
In this
I'm
tournament
gonna hit it
with
where it hurts.
these 30-minute levels, I mean, that is
Low blow, man.
Let's go ahead and hear from our stream sponsor, ClubWPT Gold.
$5 million free roll. 2,000 players converge on December 13th in Las Vegas. One person will win $1 million. Will it be you? Sign up now at ClubWPTGold.com using code LODGE and be one of 5 people to win their passport this week.
Club WPT Gold giving away $5 million in the form of their free roll tournament on December 13th.
Having to play the night flight.
Entry is free but requires a golden passport, and only 2,000 will be given out for your chance to win.
Don't talk to me.
Sign up at clubwptgold.com and use code LODGE.
Guy's got an average stack, already fucking playing the violin.
Like my girl do the same shit.
Sean, I do not know the answer. Is Club WPT Gold available to Michigan players? I know there's some states that it's not going to be eligible for. I checked their website out for that information. Little mystery hand. Gawain, another person who we see a lot of on these tournaments.
27,000.
Very aggressive player.
They got billboards all the way across South Africa for this guy.
A little smile from Gawain.
Lodge billboard recently.
Thank you. A lot of those out there.
Couple of those up. Where at? Saw one on 35 on the way up there.
Oh, yeah?
There's one,
I must
yeah.
have missed it.
It's like right before the Best Buy up here somewhere.
Okay.
There's the fold, and Gawain, like I said, this man, we see him a lot on Lodge live stream tournaments. He's a fixture here.
Nice little mystery hand. What do you think he had there, Rick?
I'm going to go with maybe 8-7 suited.
Commercials out
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Or on CBS, I believe.
They're big time now. They can afford the nationwide money. Nationwide overlays. Come and get them. America. South Africa. Over us. Houston for sure.
Houston paid its dues.
Wonder how Connor Mixon liked that touchdown just now. Oof.
Supporting the gospel.
Is he an Aggie?
He is an Aggie.
Oh, my God. That's... Couple clubs for Mitch. Tranimal with bottom pair here. Gonna come along in the big blind.
He is not buying what Mitch is selling.
There's the flush.
Mitch checks back the turn. Trying to give Andrew some rope here.
Mitch with just 51,000.
A really small bet here might work and get paid off. Anything else, I don't see the Tranimal.
He's not going small, Mixon. He's going for about pot size.
I I think the Tranimal can just get away from this. No need to hero call here.
And he lays it down. Your brother just responded, not a fan of the game. Hey, my Longhorns won today, and the big game on Saturday will mean a lot less if the Aggies, who are getting thumped right now, 21-0, don't win today.
I'd like to see a comeback. I would like to see a comeback.
It's always a good day when my team wins and the Aggies lose.
That is true.
56 players remain. We will go down to 24. And then they'll bag. If you're in the area and you want to play in this tournament, still time. The night flight started at 5:15, so still time to get in on that. Or tomorrow morning, 9:15, the turbo flight. 10-minute levels tomorrow morning. Day 2 will resume at 2:15 with Mixon and almost 1 million chips, along with a few of his friends.
I like this from JD, opening under the gun with the ace-8 suited, and Mentuts to his left, waking up with the pocket nines, the Gretzky hand. Tranimal with the king-jack of diamonds, very, very pretty. Out of the small blind makes the call, and then Skull getting a pretty good price to just peel with 7 deuce here.
He's going to do it. Why not? He's in the big blind, 6,000 to call.
It was
6,000 to win 54,000. Getting pretty good odds there.
It was suited, Rick.
There's a 7 for Skull.
Check 3, check 4.
JD was the pre-flop aggressor here, but 4 ways he can't love this flop.
Thank you.
And he does check.
That is 20,000.
Now, Mentuts with the power of position. He does have the red 9s. And
3 folds.
this might just take it down now. Unless Skull wants to get crazy.
This is one of those hands. Skull does not want to get involved with.
No.
Wanted to look at the flop for 6,000, but not interested for anything more than that. And Mentuts is going to take down a nice one. So the Mayhem Poker Series going on until the 1st. We have 10 tournaments, over 1.3 million in guarantees. The bulk of that is this tournament right here, 1 million in guarantee. But we've got the Black Friday event, which is a very popular tournament. 100K guarantee on that one. That's coming up the day after Thanksgiving. And it's always fun, the Black Friday tournament. For all that information, go to our website, thelodgepokerclub.com, or Poker Atlas. Find out which tournament fits your budget and your time constraints. I know Black Friday is popular because nobody wants to be anywhere near a store on Black Friday. You're kind of already tired of your family, so you want to
get out.
Get
but
out.
You don't want to go to a store. You're not going to Best Buy, Rick.
No.
I already have a TV.
Yeah. Exactly.
2 folds.
See Tranimal here
How's the game, man?
on the button with ace jack off.
Bringing spice.
It's like a good hand to be raising.
Raise to 27 and 2 3.
Skull Mike considering it with ace-5 suited, but just puts it in the muck. And it's back to Mentuts. He lays it down. Nice to win those pots. Just putting in a 3-bet. Being aggressive.
Racehorse time.
That's a good one. It's a good one. Gotta cover the overlay somehow.
Yeah, yeah. How is the what's the overlap? How much is it?
I don't know.
They have
It's
another
pretty
flight
close.
flight tomorrow, right?
There's one tomorrow. Maybe you can make that too, JD.
Couple needles going around the table. Like that. All these guys, good friends, the Tranimal and Skull Mike and JD. Interesting to see Mentuts just check all 3 streets, and then JD gets there with the 10, and Mentuts probably putting in the call for that price. He hates it now. He just lays it down. Wow. Surprised off that stack he didn't just flick it in to see what JD had, but Florida Bill in the chat. How's it going, buddy?
8 fold, 9 fold, 1 fold, 2 fold, 3 fold.
And now we see Skull with the ace-5 off. It's in the cutoff in later position, and
12,000 from
gonna click it up to 12K. JD on the button with a suited Jack-8.
5 fold.
Makes the fold, and Mentuts in the small blind with the ladies.
Raises to 38,000.
Puts in the raise to 38,000. Gawain will make the fold, and then Skull Mike is going to think about this, save some face, but put this one in the muck. It is nice to be Mentuts and run good. Good spot to pick up queens.
Rick?
Who?
Rick?
Rick, just Rick.
Yeah.
Cool.
I might have somebody else in there with him.
I think Mixon went in with him as well. I think. I saw Mixon going about 20 minutes ago.
Nice.
He might be commentating. After bagging yesterday.
Yeah.
Florida Bill is on the airplane. Always good to see Florida Bill and F and Bob. They are family. they just happen to live in Florida, but they are family of the lodge, and they come here regularly.
Yeah, both those guys are just great fun. Fun to play with, fun to have around.
Always Love says, no ladies in the main. We had a lady on the table, and there's plenty of ladies, believe me, out there playing right now. I know Ebony Kenny is still alive, I believe.
Yeah, Ebony looked like she was alive and had a decent stack. I played with her for a while yesterday. She's a great player as well.
One more.
Blinds 3,000, 6,000, 6,000.
I didn't see the third one from here, sorry.
56 players remain. We'll go down to 24.
Under the orange, that's why I didn't see it.
I think that Sasha stole my Tabasco sauce card protector.
Oh, that is one that you like to use.
I used that last week at the Art of Poker.
There's trips for Gawain.
Very nice flop. RVS gonna continue telling
9,000.
the story. Go with a small bet here. But
9 for the 9, Cole.
Ooh, a little acting there, a little breathing in, like, oh, sigh. I guess I'll make this call.
unfortunately, I think RVS is the wrong player to do that against. I don't think that that's going to work in Gawain's favor in this spot. And he does check back. Ryan's hand is pretty weak now against a small blind range on this board. And Gawain makes a very small bet, but there's just no reason for Ryan to get involved either.
Adnan.
He shows the table that he had the 9.
Yeah, that's speech.
Yeah.
And the speech.
Mentuts says, yeah, that speech. Like I said, I just don't think versus RVS that's the... I just don't think it'll work.
Folks, we are days away from Odds Bar and Bistro opening up. I walked by today. The place is looking sparkling. We got the beer tap in. Just waiting on a few things before food is flowing. You'll be able to order straight from your seat here at the lodge. Wait staff will bring it right to your table, or you can just dine in. From what I heard last night, first I knew about it, there'll be a slightly different menu for the lodge players in the room and those who dine in the restaurant. So
Good, good. That's a
because
sounds
you don't
like
want
a good thing. You don't want somebody eating nachos at the table, Rick. That's the last thing you want. You bring buffalo wings to the table, Rick, and you're cleaning the bone and then licking your fingers. We don't want that.
Oh, no nachos at the table. Sasha with Big Slick.
Like chips wise? Yeah.
Big Slick and about 11 big blinds. Let's see what he does here.
Picked it because Mike was here. Yeah.
It did fold to Gawain on the button, who, with his stack, is just raising
Recognizable.
all of his hands. And this time it happened to be 3 deuce.
Table. Good selection.
But Sasha puts in a 3-bet, a non-all-in 3-bet.
3-bet as opposed to going all in.
And the alarm bells are going off for Gawain. But he is, like I said, the very bottom of the range here. And probably will save face a bit and throw this one away. I'm in agony, but it's okay. I'm a great player, and I'm going to get away from it.
Yeah, so Odds Bar and Bistro opening soon, and I'll be giving reviews. If you want to go, and I think I'm going to try to eat something different every time I go until I go through the whole menu. And I'll do reviews on my Instagram, @SlickRickLodge. And if you want to join me for lunch, when they do open, I'm going to have Thursday lunch with Slick for anybody that wants to join me. You'll have to pay for your own food, but we could sit together and talk before I go on the live stream.
I love that.
Let's see who wants to have lunch with Slick. I may be eating alone, but that's okay.
I'll come. If nobody shows up, I'll come and have lunch with you, Rick.
All right.
But that's awesome. I love that.
They should show that actually.
That'd be fun.
They
Yeah.
do. They
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 should.
sometimes show that on the show. Yeah, they see it.
51 players now remain.
Madman, like.
Can always see how many are left by looking at your top right of your screen.
Yeah, Rick free. It's good to break somehow though. Well, sorry, admin fee.
220 entries in this fight. That's pretty good.
Yep.
I think the flight I played yesterday had 86, maybe 89, something like that.
9,027.
Gawain opened from the cutoff with the offsuit King 8 and got 2 calls from the blinds, but Mitch drills this flop with the 8-6 of diamonds.
1,000 for 9, 1 fold.
And Mitch is going to take down that pot. Jerry Youngblood says there should be a Slick special.
Hey, I think it's too classy of a joint for them to name a plate after Slick. I mean, this is.
I don't know what I would want to eat that was called Slick either. I don't know that that's
There was a time
appetizing.
There was a time I offered to have a hot dog cart right in the middle of the lodge and call it Slick's Dogs. They didn't go for it.
Way to put your players on blast.
Four fold. 5 fold.
869 people tuning in on a Saturday night. Little maybe action out of turn here
Acting out of turn.
on the part of Gawain.
And
We may get a penalty here.
it seems like he's eager to put some chips in.
Well, he
I
did
don't know
have
if that's a tell.
yeah, he did put the chips across
Yeah.
forward line motion.
Looks like he just had calling chips too, so
We're deciding. Sure.
Gawain has King 8 of clubs here.
9 fold.
Check.
Check.
So that's a warning?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 fold.
How about trips for Justin?
Why were they doing 7 deuce for 100 last night when they had like 200K on the
Yeah.
table?
So the game started off with 5K stat.
It is 11,000.
Mentuts, who thought about raising, decided against it pre-flop. After Gawain's out of turn action, does go ahead and put a bet out now, and both Mentuts and Gawain are drawing very thin to Justin's trip 7s here. Justin just calls.
Just flats it. I love
Beautiful.
it. He's in position. And how
Oh
about
my
quads?
goodness.
How about quads?
Check 2.
Gonna check. Be interesting to see how Mentuts and Gawain proceed, because now it seems a lot like Justin can't have a 7, but neither of them hit a pair to boat up, so
You can't afford to check anymore.
no.
He's going to put something in there, 16,000.
And unfortunately for him, I don't think he'll be getting called, although Mentuts may have that look in his eye. No, he does lay it down. Good
So
little pot.
Justin, no one hit their boat. That's what Justin was hoping for. But getting quads.
He played the hand very well.
Yep.
And maybe he didn't get all the chips, but he won a nice pot. And in these tournaments, you'll take any pot that you win, I promise. Big or small. So if you could have a special, Rick, what would be your dish? What would be your special?
There's no question it would be prime rib.
Yeah? I love
Slick's
prime
cut.
rib. Ooh, I love prime rib.
It's my favorite.
You're in the money.
The second you make day 2.
All in for Skull with the tanks. And it's 95K.
What did they do last year? You did play a little
15.
bit.
I do see JD
Sorry, 12%
folding a
or
10 right now.
Whichever comes first.
Sasha, snap.
Oh my God.
All in, and Skull, we're going to have a flip.
Skull. This is for Skull's tournament life.
Oh, that's it.
One queen gone from
Thank you, JD.
from the 9 seat from Mitch. So
It'd be nice to have one, right?
Skull with a chance.
JD told Skull he folded a 10 immediately. Isn't that what friends are for?
Yeah.
Clean flop.
Skull needs a face. Oh, there's the
no.
ace. There's the 10! The case 10!
Oh my goodness!
See, now isn't it more exciting? Now he knows a 1 out.
Oh my.
The horseshoe
Oh my God.
inserted.
I looked at a 10 first. I was like, ooh, if I have 10s, I think I have to.
As Lisa counts it out, let's see Skull's reaction.
God.
Alrighty.
Hitting the 10 from
Put the
space.
sunglasses back on. Get yourself back in character.
I was-
Holy cow!
I
What
was-
did we just see?
I was already prepared, Mixon, for the 3-day talk of I got it in with 10s. and the ace, of course, comes on the turn. That I knew for the next 3 days I was going to hear that, Mixon.
Oh, wow. Incredible. Poker is a cruel game at times, and we see that.
Would you say you love the stream room more than Joel?
Right there.
Skull binks the tank on the river. And from what we know, it's the case 10.
He knew too, because JD told him. It's incredible. He knew on that turn he was dead. And then he was revived and brought back to life.
Wow, folks.
What time do you think it's on? Get a guess.
That's, I like to say 8:30.
8:30? Okay. What time is it right now?
7:30.
Level, maybe 9.
Average stack, like 35 bigs.
10K. Probably 12K big. Yeah, we're coming back.
What time do we start tomorrow?
2:30.
We?
We. Some of us. If you're lucky.
Guy wins.
Budget Chicken with the super chat. Thank you. Budget Chicken will be here
Tomorrow. No,
in a few
I
weeks.
think I'm going to have to play tomorrow. That's fine.
Oh, the morning turbo flight?
No. Although it is nice if you late reg that, then you just like walk into the next one. You just show up right up to the next thing. Because
Yeah.
when that ends, the next one starts. That would be nice. Morning turbo.
Cole did on one bolt last week.
Oh yeah.
I got cooler.
How about this
Face
week?
off.
This week.
Jim Bonixey, Oprah of Chatsville, gifts 5 memberships because of that amazing river. Thank you, Jim Bonix.
I mean, you got me covered.
Being a member of the Lodge live stream, you get access to custom emojis. Your badge is special badge for your name, and access to things like this, video of some of these podcasts into the fold.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna show
With some of the great people in the poker world, Greg Potter and his podcast. You can listen to the podcast anytime, but if you want to see the video versions, you got to be a member of the live stream, and you can see that under perks.
that Jay win Lose. Okay, I'll take 20
That's
odds.
ridiculous. Snap call.
How many?
I don't care who you said. 200 hours, I think.
How much?
Dude, that's insane.
Up to how much were you allowed to get?
Whatever, we did it off 1,000.
Call all of your friends.
I'll take some of that action. Give it
Sell your house, like.
And I was, at the time, Mixon was up a lot.
So they just think Jay wins like an
Mixon, they're talking about your challenge with Jay-Win.
Yeah. Skull's talking about the bet he made.
So where do we stand with the brawl at the Mahal? You against Jay-Win, 200 hours at the 1-2 tables.
200 hours. I am through. The spreadsheet is not all the way up to date right now. I'm through 125 hours, Rick, and I'm up $6,658. So about 53 an hour right now. Jay win. I know he did win yesterday or the day before, but he's through.
That's crazy.
I think around 130 or 135 hours probably, but he had a winning session. His results probably somewhere up around 3K, I think. And his hourly is less than mine, and his total profit right now is less than mine. So I'm ahead, but we still have
about 70 hours.
70-ish hours to go.
You printed already.
Two. 22 on odds.
Do you have to stop at 200 hours?
The fish hits a gutter here. You just say night.
Or can you go
I mean,
over?
if we play over that, we're only counting the first 200 hours played.
Okay. That is. I coined the term the brawl at the Mahal. You against.
Oh, and I love that. I think that was, I mean.
I know, I didn't either.
Folks, we appreciate you joining us. What you're watching is a day 1 flight of the main event of the Mayhem Poker Series. It's a $1,200 buy-in. In this particular flight, 220 entries, 49 remain. We will play down to 24, and then we will bag for today and put the headset on the wall and come back tomorrow around 8 p.m. tomorrow for day 2, where we'll play down to a final table. Final table is scheduled for around 2 p.m. Central Time, maybe 3 p.m., where we'll come on air on Monday.
12,000.
Skull playing his favorite hand, Queen 9 suited.
I like Queen 9 suited, especially diamonds. What's your favorite hand, Rick?
Aces. Anybody who doesn't say aces, I never understand. Why wouldn't your favorite hand be aces? Gawain comes along in the big blind. And speaking of aces.
Skull gonna put out a bet here, and Wayne on this flop probably gonna just put it in the muck, and he does.
Skull wins another one. Skull now with over 200,000 chips. Hey, the Lodge bad beat sitting at, let's just call it 218,000. Goes up $1,000 every day. If you're in the room in Austin or San Antonio when it hits, playing cash, you'll get $200 right now just for being in the room. If you're at the table, you'll get 25% of what's remaining. If you're the winning hand, you get 25%. And if you're the losing hand, you'll get 50% of the remaining pot. Lodge bad beat.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's fun.
All provided by the Lodge. No player drop for that.
Raise to 12,000.
That looks pretty cool over there.
I would recommend it. It's a good way to travel. Just like finding poker stops around the world.
Yeah, yeah. It's tough. I've got so much shit going on.
Sure, yeah. Don't go for a week. Go for at least 2.
Yeah, at least. It gotta be at least 2.
Thank you.
It's in Manila, or where's it at?
This one was in Manila.
Wayne
The Trident
with
ones look
another
nice.
combo of ace
Where
queen
were they just recently? Monte Carlo, yeah, it looked nice.
just puts in the call.
Really nice.
College, where?
Now Sasha,
Monaco, or were they Monaco?
only 18K in his stack, but there's 2 players that have chips out there right now. I don't think that it's the worst spot to just rip it and pray. Just makes the call.
320.
And this is an interesting flop. See, Gawain and Mitch both flop Broadway.
Yeah,
Sasha,
with the flush draw.
bottom pair and a flush draw. He only has 12K.
There's 8,000 from 9.
Gawain, probably just gonna put in the call.
A little acting here. He wants Sasha a chance to eliminate a player, so doesn't want to scare him off.
Doesn't really matter what Gawain does here, though. I don't think that Sasha's gonna fold, and Mitch obviously not gonna fold.
So there's the call. So Sasha's tournament life.
And now
And now let's see what Mitch does.
he's gonna go all in, Rick. And we're gonna see Gawain make the call and Sasha be at risk. He's gonna need a diamond. And here we go. Mitch does put it all in, and Gawain with the snap call.
Okay, let's go one time.
Mitch does have the ace of diamonds, so if we do see a diamond turn, Mitch is going to be free rolling Gawain. That's why you'll see on the left the equities.
Are not quite the same.
Right.
I'll take diamond on the turn and just try to
It's
fade
funny
it.
to see. Sasha is actually, his equity is to win the hand is the highest because
Yeah.
of the possibility of Mitch and Gawain chopping.
What else?
Another 10, baby.
Sasha's tournament life looking for a diamond. A diamond does not come. So chop up everything between Gawain and Mitch, and we will wave goodbye to Sasha.
We're both hoping
We both start playing, yeah. I'm like, give him ace king, give him queen king, king jack, yeah.
And we are down to 48 players.
Are you
And
a
when
lot
you-
of people still just hitting you up?
Because like your bet was, either your bet was small because you were scared of something big, or it was to trap me, right? So like, I'm like, okay, so I thought I'll put a bet in, and like, you're not going to put me on that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice one.
One big blind and so That's small. I mean, big. Sorry.
That's a better outcome than him hitting a diamond, right? Yeah. I'll take that 10 times out of 10.
Okay. Big
Thinking
blind.
2 more diamonds
8,000.
would be a little greedy.
Yeah. You did ask for 2 diamonds, I heard that.
Oh my gosh.
I'll take 2 hands, it will help my game.
Box for them.
Can play 7 or 8.
Yeah, I realize that. Four fold, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 fold.
See JD with ace queen of spades.
Raise to 20,000 from 5.
Make it 20,000.
6 cents.
What do you think first pays out?
And that's going to get through. He'll pick up
20.
200.
20,000
Like that.
just from the blinds right there.
Blinds 4,000, 8,000, 8,000.
Excuse me, 16,000 because there was a dead small blind there. But
You guys think Justin's gonna make
it would have been 20,000.
You know what? I'm concentrating on myself getting the date
I mean,
first.
what do I need? 22 people to buy? Yeah, I guess I need half the field to cut. Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, I'm a dog too. I'm way below average, right? Yeah. We'll see. Oh shit, it's on me.
Not worried about him. I'm a little worried about myself right now.
I'm just imagining cashing that check already. You know?
We can tell. It's gone before you even like fucking get it.
Exactly.
Like you wait, like sports bet, and you're like, oh yeah, it's a guaranteed lock, and then all of a sudden this random bad beat happens.
old lock that never
Don't-
was.
Yeah,
Mentuts
no
in the
lock.
cutoff.
Except Trump.
Gonna raise here with his queen 6. Trying to get the blinds to fold.
Goes kind of
sure it's in
big
my
to
pocket before it's a
25K.
How much is it?
And RVS is
Not a done
going to
deal
look
yet.
at 25K and be curious as to why Mentuts went to that size.
Queen for both players, but 2 pair for Mentuts. Played this one pretty darn good.
RVS with some backdoor equity.
How your feet feel today? A little less moving.
And he just puts
Yesterday you were
100K out there, an overbet. And it actually is the best situation for RVS right there.
I thought
He
you get
faces
ice
that
like 3 or 4
overbet and he can
times.
just get away and not lose any more chips. Whereas if Mentuts bets small, RVS is gonna definitely peel a turn with Queen 10 of spades, I would think.
So Mixon, you finished 72nd in the World Series of Poker main event this year. You cashed for, what, over 100,000, right?
120,000.
And so you went to the cash to cash out, and did you take it all in ones?
I actually got pennies, Rick. They gave me a suitcase full of pennies. It was very heavy. It cost me 60 extra bucks to check the bag to get back home. But I knew if I took pennies that nobody would want to steal it.
No,
So
nobody. Justin in the big blind. Gonna make the call. He's already got some of his children out there. He doesn't want to leave them alone.
this is a good flop for the Tranimal when he's opening the ace deuce of diamonds under the gun here. Justin, very astute player. With the 2 overs, he will make the call. An ace would just be so bad for Tranimal here.
Tranimal 2 pair.
That is a clean turn for the Tranimal, but he only has ace deuce, so not loving it. And if Justin checks here, Tranimal will take this pot down with 2 pair.
Goes check, check. So, Mixon, have you been to one of Tranimal's 3 restaurants, Fanatic?
I have, many times, actually.
What kind of food? Is it pho?
It is, yeah, it's pho, and they
You say
do
pho or pho?
Pho.
Pho.
Yeah, pho. Very good pho.
And what else do they have? I'm not a big soup
so
guy.
they do some what you would like is
Well,
like
it's a turbo
the
tonight
pork
'cause you
plates. They
figured
do
it
Yes.
like rice,
I'll definitely.
rice and their
I'll
grilled
late
pork that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's marinated and all the fixings with that.
Nice.
Super good. I like that a lot.
Gonna have to go.
Their
I'll literally just be there like
their
15
pork
minutes on
banh
the
mi,
flavor.
very good. They do a pork banh mi like taco actually.
Well, if you
That's
can tell.
No, I just like,
very
I
good.
don't
It's
intend
kind
on
of
getting it.
like
I either run it up or I
like a bao bun almost.
Yeah.
Instead of a tortilla, obviously, but
Yeah.
very good.
That first level is kind of neat.
But yeah, I highly recommend
100 at a time, you know.
recommend the Fanatic restaurants. I've got one
Some people like
very close to the house, so
Just buy in, rip it with Jack High.
Yeah, there used to be a place in Pflugerville that sold pho. That was, like Burger King. It was pho King.
yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it. There was one close to my house, just a little south of here
Great name.
at the time. The Pho King. I never went, but I did.
What's up,
I
man?
did like the name.
He's gotta be.
Welcome to the show.
We just want to know if you're from Houston or not.
I think
Where are you
that
from?
we have.
Odessa.
Odessa,
Okay.
Odessa has a chance.
Well,
Houston,
Looks like we got a new player.
then.
From Odessa. Believe he's sitting next to Gawain. There he is.
Welcome, Odessa.
Don't know. They haven't put his name up there yet. There we go. Big Spivey from Odessa, Texas. Home of Friday Night Lights, Odessa Permian.
I have never seen Big Spivey before. He is a new face to me.
Which raises to 27. Sevenfold, eightfold, ninefold, ninefold, eightfold. 4, 17.
Skull peeks at his cards the same way every time. He'll look at it once, drop them, and do the card click every single time. Hand number 46. 43 players remain. We need 18, actually 19 more to be eliminated, and then we will call it a night. Last night was a long stream. We went for over 8 hours on that cash live stream. It was a ton of fun. 8 hours is not our record. Our record stream is over 11 hours.
Sevenfold, eightfold, ninefold.
That's a long time to play poker, Rick.
It's a long time to talk about poker. RVS with the hockey sticks.
Raised to 18,000.
Raises here. Believed to 18,000.
Freefold.
We will not have a payout structure
Fourfold.
on this until all day one flights are complete, which would mean tomorrow morning is the turbo flight. But you could imagine in a $1 million tournament that the winner of this tournament is going to walk away excess of 200,000, I would imagine. There's the stacks. Small stack at the table is Mitch with 13 big blinds. Mentuts with 42 big blinds is the big stack. Skull Mike still with about 23 big blinds.
Sevenfold.
18.
8 raises to 18.
Big Spivey went to Hand on Shoulder University.
All in. So
All in moment for Mitch with Big Slick.
3 fold.
Is there a restaurant open next door?
4 fold.
Any idea when? What, food for next door?
Yeah.
Early December, first week of December probably.
Oh, wow. He did the fire inspection yesterday, so it's pretty close. Cool. Everything else looks good in there.
It looks nice. I was walking by. It looks nice.
Yeah. You try any food in there? Like,
Nah, I haven't tried anything yet. Seen the menu.
You seen the menu?
Yeah, menu's pretty good.
Is it 24/7?
You'd be able to like order some food
probably
24/7, but the restaurant's gonna close. It's open a lot,
Yeah, it's open a lot.
but not completely 24/7.
probably a limited menu.
Yeah.
I imagine. Simple shit.
8 fold. 7 fold. 1 fold. 3 fold.
I miss the fridges though.
I know, me too, man.
The fridges were dope.
What do you mean by like the?
Tranimal with Big Slick.
Refrigerators.
They just took them away.
They just took them.
And Skull with Big Slick.
A little premature, I feel like. They could have waited till the restaurant opened, you know?
Kind of agree.
You're not allowed to bring your own food anymore.
I
Once it
think you
opens.
still
Really?
really.
I'm pretty sure. No outside food once it opens.
That's tough.
That is tough.
No, you can bring homemade food.
Oh, you can bring homemade food?
Homemade.
Okay.
Oh, you just can't. You'll get sick like letting it sit there.
Yeah, you just can't
you
put it
can't
in the
refrigerate it.
You gotta bring like a Yeti cooler and stuff.
They want you to get sick.
They still have the microwave out,
I know, but no fridge.
but no fridge. I know, it's frustrating.
I remember when they had like the sodas up front. People were just like taking sodas in their backpack and just like stealing them and shit.
Skull goes all in.
Like,
See if anybody else has anything here. JD will fold. Mentuts with a ton of chips
Sandwich station too.
will
yeah,
fold
the
his
corner, that
Motown.
corner guy, yeah. He was great.
It wasn't the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it wasn't. You ever had these desserts out here that she made?
No, I was eyeballing it today though.
fucking good,
Actually,
dude.
I was thinking about if I bust this.
So Tranimal and Skull most likely heading to a chop. All suits are covered here, so
Oh God.
red cards are good for Skull. Black cards for Tranimal. Let's see if anybody can get on a free roll here.
Rainbow.
No,
That's good.
chop it up.
10.
10 for Mike.
Full rainbow.
So chop it up.
So like, what you got? Ace queen?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a few different things. Didn't feel like outplaying him, you know? Just leave it up to the gods.
Here's a big one.
Usually how it goes.
Nine folds. One raises to 18. 2 fold. 3 fold.
Skull with ace 6 of hearts here in the hijack. He's got about 23 big blinds. A little bit more.
Call 4.
And he's going to come along. JD started off hot and playing a lot of hands, just hasn't had much to work with. Mentuts in position with the ever attractive 6-7 of diamonds, and he'll come along.
7 fold.
Big Spivey getting an amazing price, but he doesn't want to put any more chips in there, and he will fold. 4 ways to this flop. Couple hearts for Skull.
F7. Check 1.
Skull may want to take this down right now with his nut flush draw. Sees a couple players with some weakness, but he checks. Mentuts with the gut shot.
Six was 35,000.
Mentuts bets here, 35,000. He sees weakness all around. And back to Skull. With the nut flush draw.
All in.
Oh my God, he goes all in. And there's no way Mentuts can make this call. He's going to think about it. But Skull Mike with the flush draw. Will take down a nice one. I mean, there's no way he can make this call. For more than half his chips, he's not gonna. He's gonna save a little face and say goodbye to those chips that he bet. Skull Mike, nice play there with the flush draw.
That's what I was thinking about.
Skull's gonna be playing tomorrow.
Just gotta make it to the next break every time. And you get to the final thing. You always make it to the next break. I'm gonna say that they're gonna deal me.
What'd you eat, Kevin?
Something, you know.
I had a pasta dish that had
Nice. Was it good?
It was really good.
Was it free?
It was complimentary. It was on the house.
Did you share it with other people?
That's why you're a bad poker player.
Everybody was good. Next.
Race is 17.2, 35,
I know the target.
4 folds.
Skull now with close to 300,000 chips. He's eyeing a bag now.
We're drawing really, really thin.
As we have 43 remain.
Really, really, really thin.
24 will bag tonight.
Not doing good, though.
We are almost at our first break.
Just a slight favorite.
We're going to see if we can get
All day.
Joe Strazera
Thank you.
in as we're going to wave goodbye to Lisa and say hello to Final Table Kev, our 2-dealer combination today.
Good evening. Again.
Evening, Kevin.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
If you like tournament poker, the next couple days you'll love it as we see the stack. Skull now the big stack at the table, 37 big blinds.
Skull's food and then send him to the rail.
Tomorrow we'll be on around 8 p.m. with day 2 all the way to a final table, and then on
You can always try again in the night flight. And
Monday around 2:30 or so Central Time we'll have our final table.
Steelers are unmatched today.
There's the outer tables. And Mike Brady is still in. Mike Brady, part of the Lodge team, still in this tournament as well.
All the guys that never made it. Yeah, we'll give it. We've been up.
I ain't waking up.
Three raises. 43. 4 folds. 5 folds. 6 fold. 7 fold. 8 fold. 9 fold. 1 fold.
How about this one, folks? Watch out. Justin with the ladies, Tranimal with the bullets. Justin
All in.
goes all in a snap call from the Tranimal. And Justin has him covered
Don't know yet.
barely, if the graphics are correct. So this is for Tranimal's tournament life on hand number 52.
That was close.
Was a heart too.
Needs a lady, does Justin, or else he's on fumes. He is on fumes.
I might. I don't know.
They're going to count it. I think he's got like 4,500 remaining.
I'll see you in the night flight.
I don't. No, I'm gonna play the morning turbo if I play. I'm not playing tonight. What is this? 145.
All right, so this is 165.
They're going to count it. If the graphics are correct, he'll have
50.
about half a big blind remaining.
166.
Oh, do I have it?
He has 169.
169 for Andrew.
He has me covered, right?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
We're getting
he
back.
does have him covered. I guess the graphics were slightly off there. So he is eliminated. And the Tranimal with a huge pot there.
C2 has been eliminated.
Kevin was aiming the queens here.
Yeah, I was.
Just a little off with his aim.
Can we get all the purples to one stack, please?
Here, Andrew.
All even amounts, I should say.
A little more, bro.
Give me a 1K. Two.
Down to 41 players. 17 more, and we will call it a night.
4 fold. 5 fold.
Yeah.
We are minutes away from our
Two hands in here.
first break of the night.
5 raises. Or, I'm sorry, 6 raises to 17.
Some days are easy.
9 fold.
All in.
One's all.
All in. RVS with the Ducks
See.
and his last 139,000. Mentuts does have some Broadway cards.
Relax.
All right, one more hand.
Looks like we're going to have one more hand before the break. The break will be 15 minutes. We are going to try to talk with Joe Strazzera, the Vice President of Poker Operations, for a few minutes, and then we will also have a little compilation clip for the remaining break so I can take a little break myself. But the break's only 15 minutes long, so
5 fold.
it won't be that long.
A color up break. 15 minutes. No. 6 calls. 7 fold, 8 fold.
Last hand,
9 fold.
players are headed out to a break.
Option.
Six.
4 checks the option.
So Skull in the big blind with Jack 7 here.
4 checks.
He and Mentuts going at it.
6 bets, 9,000.
And that'll do it for that. And we're going to go, before we go to break, we're going to hear from our stream sponsor, Club WPT Gold.
Introducing the Club WPT Gold 5 million free roll passport. Just look at it. This is your ticket to the most anticipated poker tournament of the year. Only 2,000 exist. Not 2001, not 2002, only 2,000. And today, I'm giving away 5. Simply sign up at clubwptgold.com and use promo code LODGE and you're in. Wow, 5 million free roll.
So we are back. Players are on a break for 13 minutes. Before we take a short break, no flux capacitor tonight. We're going to actually be taking breaks tonight. We'll get it's in the shop right now. The flux capacitor is in the shop. I'm going to visit with the vice president of poker operations for Lodge Card Club, Mr. Joe Strazzera. And Joe, the Mayhem Poker Series, you just finished down in San Antonio with 11 events, 300,000 in guarantees down there, and you're right smack dab in the middle of the Austin Mayhem Poker Series. How's it going so far?
It's going well. What's going on, Rick? Chatsville, how we doing? Yeah, it's going well. It's going to be really close to the finish line. Had UT had that big game today.
Yep.
What ended up happening? I'm assuming UT won.
Longhorns won. Yep, we beat Kentucky, but yeah.
So obviously our biggest flight is always the Saturday afternoon. So, a bunch of people locally love to go to the UT games and watch it and stuff. So that I think that hurt our numbers a little bit, but still a good turnout for this flight, 220.
Yeah, we thought there was going to be a huge overlay in this, but it turns out we've got a puncher's shot with the turbo flight tomorrow at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah. They're 10-minute levels. You still have a chance. You could play the turbo tomorrow morning and then go right into day 2, which starts at 2:15. Cards in the air. We'll come on air tomorrow night somewhere after the dinner break. I'm thinking around 8 p.m. Central Time because we're going to come on and go all the way to we get down to our final table, which is 9 players. But Joe, what other the Black Friday event coming up on the Friday after Thanksgiving? That is a hugely popular tournament. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, that's just it's the right price point for what our players like. We always crush it. We always end up with a huge turnout. It's just the 100K guarantee just always crushes it. So it's going to be a popular one. I'm going to be visiting some family in Maryland, but I come back early morning on Friday, and I'll maybe depending on how early my flight is, I might be able to make it in for that Friday night flight. But if not, for sure Saturday I'll be back in. And obviously we expect really big turnout. We almost always double whenever it's a 100K guarantee for that price point. We always crush that.
So although the Lodge has so many great tournaments every day, at least 3 tournaments every single day here at the Lodge in Round Rock, the next big one around the corner that we're peeking about is the LCS, which is going to come in February, early March, and that features the $2 million guarantee. That is our flagship event of the year. Talk to us about LCS.
Yeah, so we decided to move it up. It was in March, maybe in the past.
Yeah.
And then it was a little conflicting. So we decided to move it up, and we have a nice time slot. Talked to a bunch of players. We did a lot of research on this. And a lot of people thought that this was a really good time frame. So we should do pretty well with the LCS. We revamped a lot of the schedules. Went over price points, guarantees, and all of that. So I think the schedule will be really well put together, and I think it'll be really successful.
Well, before we let you go, we have to talk about in July we purchased Rounders and we renamed it Lodge Card Club in San Antonio. You were down there for a few months to get things going down there under the Lodge brand. How are things going in San Antonio, and what can we expect the move to the bigger room, which ultimately will be bigger than the Lodge Mahal here?
Yeah, it's things are going really well there. We have we kept all the staff there. We added on a couple people. We had 2 or 3 transfers from here, but yeah, the staff there is great. We are just finalizing the design and everything, and the room is going to be amazing. This is going to be the first time that we actually really get to design a place from the beginning. And really, we have so much more knowledge now than we did 3 years ago when we came into this room. And we know what to expect. We know what works, what doesn't work, what we need to do better. So finalizing all of that, and really looking forward to showing everybody what that room is going to look like. It's going to be over 70, 80 tables, and it's just going to be massive and beautiful. So
that is in the same exact shopping center where the Lodge Card Club is right now, right off of Wurzbach. It's just going to be in a different located a couple doors down from it, but it's going to ultimately be larger than where we're sitting right now, which is hard to believe.
Rick, think about this. We kind of have this business model where we're in a smaller unit.
Yeah.
We move 2 doors down into a much bigger unit, and there's always a taqueria next to us that hates our guts. It's like that's our roadmap.
That is
opening up a room.
So we're talking with Joe Strazzera, the vice president of poker for Lodge Card Clubs. Joe, always a pleasure. And folks, if you're ever in the room and Joe isn't here, he'd love to meet you. For sure. As I do too, as in my capacity as the ambassador to the Lodge. Love to meet you if you ever come through. But look for Joe, and he will treat you right. We will be back in about 7.5 minutes. Joe, any last things you want to say before I go to the little boys' room?
I just feel like Chatsville needs to know this. I don't know. It was probably maybe 30 minutes ago. There must have been a hand where a 10 maybe hit a 1-outer or something. Or I don't know exactly what it was.
Skull hit the 1-outer.
Okay, so it had to be Skull because I've never heard you yell that loud. But you yelled so loud that I was in the outer room, and literally all of the tables turned around, and then Kev, in final table Kev was there waiting to push, and Kev said nobody loves it more than Rick. There's no more excitement than Rick Epstein on here.
I just don't, the day it doesn't get exciting for me, that's the day I stop calling it. It's now over 450, 500 live streams, and I still get excited. I can't help myself. Yeah. But Joe, always a pleasure.
Let me just answer this real quick, John. Yeah. The price is still same, $1,200. The only difference, it's the same exact structure, 10-minute levels opposed to 30. That is it, because we need to finish it prior to the 1 o'clock restart. So that is the only thing that changes about it. Same exact tournament. We're expecting 60 to 80 runners, somewhere in that range.
There you go. Get on to the Lodge Card Club Austin for the Turbo Flight tomorrow, 9:15. Get here about 8:30, 8:45, so you can get right at your seat, ready to go, because you're not going to want to miss a level. If it's every 10 minutes, you're going to want every level count. So we appreciate everything you do, Joe, and we'll be talking with you soon. At this time, we'll probably take a little break for 5 minutes before cards will get back in the air. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you, Chatsville.
As a former San Diego native, I can only say one team there, and it's the Padres. But does my heart really believe it? Remains to be seen.
He was there last night. Okay.
All right, yeah, raise and then.
Oh, I mean,
Raise and raise.
yeah, that's fine. I don't care. Yeah, that works. It's the same thing.
Jay 3-bets here with ace-4 of diamonds to 150. And Brad with the ladies again.
Always better.
Last time he got pretty much the worst possible flop, ace-king-jack for those queens.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can do a little better. I was not impressed with Brad's flopping skills in that last one.
You got like 5 over there? Thank you. Yeah, good.
I'd started with 4 yellow. A little over 5. Yeah. 53 or something.
My best hand was ace-2 suited.
Jay, he's out of position on Brad here. So he's probably not thrilled to be calling. And it looks like calling is not what he's going to be doing. He's going to be putting in the 5th bet.
And there's
Brad,
the all-in.
Yeah, Brad quickly all in. That's going to shut it down. Jay makes a move at the wrong time there.
Take a hand. I wish I had a 7 to show.
I had a 7.
The best card to show is the 6. That's the most baller card to show.
Lodge Card Club's Signature Series is back starting in February 2025 with over $2.5 million in guarantees. Get the details in the description below.
I turn on a Netflix show and I don't know what's going on.
Just in the back.
Barely, yeah, it's just like,
I do too.
like what's happening?
Yeah, that's how exactly I want to be.
Jay opens up the action with ace-jack offsuit. Brad, king-5 suited in the cutoff, is going to elect to just call.
You got your Netflix show, scrolling Instagram, and then 4 other conversations in your mind.
Very healthy habits being explained on stream here by T1000. As we go 4 ways to the flop, and we got a couple pairs there. Brad flops top pair with a crummy kicker. Jay's got middle pair with top kicker.
And Garner.
And then Crypto Max has a flush draw as well. We're going to get a free card. That queen gives a couple players some gut shots. Crypto Max with that flush draws, mulling over a bet. And a bet he shall make. He goes small, 200 into 625. Brad's got top pair. He's not going anywhere. Jay got out of the way. Nice fold from him. Heads up to the river.
Look for the
Maxi needs a club.
not like what's literally happening.
And that's the wrong shape.
But sort of like the subtext.
He's got just 5 high. Does he want to take a stab at this one?
Informative of kind of what's going on.
There's $1,000 out there, buddy. Try to take it.
Yeah, I didn't get into symbols, but I heard there's some good stuff in there.
I've never looked into that either.
It's a whole lot better than yesterday, I tell you that.
Why do you think there's something instead of nothing?
He is going to try to fire at
Is
it.
infinity real?
Before he even dropped the chips, Brad called, and that's always tough. When you place the bet, you don't even set them down yet. The guy calls.
Not a sign of a good bluff.
If they knew you didn't know current lingo, like, oh yeah, we say skibby toilet all the time.
I swear on everything that exists. Skibidi toilet is this viral.
Skibidi toilet
is a viral Gen Alpha. Gen Alpha toilet, dude. Like,
I think I have to agree with Crypto Max. I've heard that from the youngsters these days.
Can you clarify the gens for me? We got like, there's like Gen Z, Millennial, Gen X, and now there's Gen Alpha.
yeah, so Gen Alpha is the current kids, like 10 and under. I don't know when the cutoff is.
So my son is Gen Alpha?
Your son is Gen Alpha.
Damn.
When is the cutoff?
Maybe I'll ask him about this skibby toilet thing.
Yeah, he might know. How old's your son?
He's 7 months
Yeah,
old.
he definitely fucking knows.
That's
He
funny.
knows, dude.
Give me his first word.
Yeah.
Skibidi toilet.
It's got to be something from a cartoon or something.
First word would be great. It's a meme where they took
All in from Caleb with King Queen suited.
Sounds like there's
Money in the middle, that's not a good look.
something I can't remember.
And TJ
Fair fight.
makes the call here. Big pot brewing on hand number 81.
Easy way to end
Both players with their knit buttons.
I guess
It
so.
kind of sucks for him to be on the net.
Yeah.
They're going to rip it one time.
You guys want a straight on board. Okay. Interesting. Little spice?
Ten of spades, 10 of spades.
Seven.
That's pretty safe.
And the ace will win it for TJ, and he's going to get rid of his knit button. And Caleb is going to pay the knit tax.
The Rolex box is worth more than the fucking watch, the Citizen.
Unironic gift.
Did you sell the box?
No, I'm like, well, you know, what about the Rolex? He's like, oh, that's, you know, that's a little too much, you know.
So, did you wear the Citizen?
No. I mean, maybe once or twice. Yeah.
We are back, folks. That didn't take long. Little short break, and I saw some people in there talking about the Turbo. Turbo tomorrow morning is $1,200. The price, the buy-in is the same. The levels are different.
6 is dead.
9:15 tomorrow.
All right. actions in the
$1,200 gets you in the turbo 10-minute flights. One last chance for glory in this main event. So we won't have another break for another 2 hours. 41 players remain. We will stop when 24 are left.
one raises, 21.
Good visit with Joe Strazzera, the VP of Poker for Lodge Card Clubs.
3 raises makes it 58.
I think I'm going to ask for the title VP,
4 fold, 5 fold, 1 fold.
the VP ambassador. Ambassador's just fine, and commentator. Skull Mike sitting at 270,000. He's in the small blinds. Blinds are sitting at 5,000, 10,000, 10,000. Tranimal is the chip leader, about 38 big blinds.
Button on top of it.
Short stacks are JD and Mitch.
Little button, you just slide it. Then you're good.
Such a pro. You must be in here all the time.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was 2 cards.
What?
No, I thought it was 2 cards. My bad.
We're good.
Don't scare me.
2-dealer rotation today. Final table Kev and Lisa.
7, 8 fold,
OG Lisa.
9 fold, 1 fold,
2 of the best.
3 fold.
Stream host tonight, Brittany.
How much you got? 120.
Big shout out to our production crew who worked a lot of hours yesterday and came right back. Today, tomorrow, and Monday. If you think they're doing a good job, type in Crew Rocks. They'll see it. And they'll smile. JD with Ace Queen goes all in here for his 12 big blinds.
Can I get that count, please?
Mentuts is going to ask for a count here.
127. Six calls.
There's the call. And this is for JD's tournament life. He's in good shape here. There's the queen for JD. Oh, running cards could help Mentuts. Needs a king or a 10. Doesn't come. And JD's going to get the much needed double up.
Thank you.
Eight fold, 9 fold, 1 fold. Three raises to 20. 4 fold. 5 fold.
Slick Rick along with Mixin Poker. You know him, you love him, the Pitmaster General.
Tranimal playing my favorite hand here. 7-8 suited. I like the diamond variety the best.
Now you're getting particular.
Sometimes they just look prettier if they're a certain variety.
Oh, jeez. Can't even defend against that. Wow.
Tranimal. The king jack off. And we see Gawain not afraid to get in there.
Big Spivey from Odessa. Haven't seen too much of him. He hasn't gotten much to work with. He's in the big blind, so he'll come along for this one. And he does hit his queen here, but Tranimal flopping trips.
Check.
7 and 8 check.
See what size Tranimal decides to go with here. Goes with the 20 again. It looked like he was going to put in the call, Rick, and then kind of held himself back. And now, puts in the raise.
Picking the wrong time. He's zigging when he should be zagging.
I would love to see Tranimal just call here.
All in.
He does not. He goes all in. And Big Spivey will fold.
I mean, it's an interesting spot because if Spivey does have a good queen, he might just put it in, but I would have liked to see Andrew call there, get a turn, and let him continue telling the story that he was trying to tell. And we have a football game.
Raises to 20,000.
RVS gonna raise the king-queen offsuit.
This table and this tournament is just loaded with great players.
I don't think RVS went all in. I'm pretty sure I heard Final Table Kev say that he raised 20,000. I could be wrong.
6 full, 7 full.
Yeah. Judging from Big Spivey calling 20,000, I think he is just 20,000, so he's not all in.
Heads up to a flop here.
And there's Big Spivey's turn to flop trips here. The board had 2 8s on it. Graphics are catching up here. It takes a little time. Coming back from a break.
8 raises to 35,000.
Big Spivey says it's my turn to win a pot.
And we did see Ryan does have king-queen. The board is ace 8-8. So he c-bets, gets raised, and is now gonna put it into the muck. Nice hand from Spivey.
Jerome Teals in chat. Jim O'Brage, Mark D, Shred Dog. Thank you all for tuning in. Of course, huge shout out to VW Bug, who's manning the ship. And VW Bug, I know it is Saturday night, and whenever you need to leave, don't worry. But we appreciate you as always. Yoda had to take some time off. She's with family.
Three-fold. Four-fold. Five-fold. Six-fold. Seven-fold. All in. 8 raises.
All in. Big Spivey starting to get active. Didn't have much of anything pre-break. And since they came back from break, he's dragging pots. Bones is in chat, says great table, excited to watch the best tourney player in Austin. Who is the best tourney player in Austin, Bones?
Yeah, I'm curious about that comment because I thought it was Bones.
Bones is just a legend. He's one of the guys that you just think about when you think about poker. You think about Bones.
Yeah, Bones is a legend and a very, very good poker player, tournaments and cash.
5 raises to 20,000.
JD open the king queen here.
6-fold. 7 call. 8-fold, 9-fold, 1-fold. 3-fold.
Heads up.
Heads up, JD and Gawain. Gawain with the pocket fives.
And that is a very bad flop for pocket fives. JD put in a C-bet here and
That's 16.
likely go to a turn and then we'll see what happens. Another 8 is actually a pretty good card for JD to keep betting in this hand. He does check back, or check this.
He's
so
got a lot of outs here.
Gawain is really taking it to the streets here with the fives.
Ace, Jack, King, Queen, 10.
Yeah, any 10, Queen or King gives JD Broadway and pairs, but any Jack and Ace win him the hand.
Yeah.
They chop on the Jack, but the Ace.
Yeah.
Gawain will take it down with that bet. He came in after the call. He does look pretty strong in that spot. We obviously can tell he's got pocket fives and can't beat any pair that's on the board.
You're watching the main event of the Mayhem Poker Series. This is flight H, maybe? There's 8 flights.
I don't think H is 8th in the alphabet, Rick.
What, I don't know if this is 7 or 8. Whatever flight it is, it's flight 1.
This would be flight 6, I believe, of 8.
Yes, because we've had an evening flight, and then we've had the turbo flight. I think that's correct. You know what I meant.
JD with the tanks. And Bones says, obviously talking about the guy in shades.
3-fold.
Cole with a nice hand to peel and see a flop here out of the big blind. Suited connector.
One of the biggest pots I ever won with 7-6 of clubs.
Nice. Love that.
And there's a set for JD. Skull Mike with the straight draw, looking for a 9-ball.
Yeah. Backdoor clubs too. I mean, if we saw a 5 of clubs turn,
5 bets, 20.
Skull has just enough here that he might want to peel. Although against a player like JD, it does not feel great. You're going to be put to the test.
He's making the call, looking for that 9. Another 8. So JD with the check mark now, with the boat.
JD locks it up there, but the 8 is actually probably a better card for Skull's big blind range here. And he
Goes
checks
check,
back.
check.
I like this check a lot. Now JD hates the river though.
Hates the river.
And if Skull puts out a bet here,
you couldn't pick a worse card for JD's hand.
I don't know that Skull can with his holding, but it would be so sick to put JD to the test in this spot. It looks like he's reaching. If he makes it enough, he might get a fold out of JD here.
He's doing it. I don't
love
know if it's
this.
enough. 35,000 into 95,000.
I don't think it's enough.
He hates that ace on the river.
He
ace too.
Let's listen in.
So sick. Just a sick fucking river. Perfect amount too. Unless you don't have. So fucking sick.
Makes the call. Skull. What a play by both players. Good poker right there.
That's a good poker hand. Good call from JD. Yeah, I think if Skull would have sized up a bit more on that river, it would have really.
But you know, it's
really been tough.
It's true, but the fact that it was such a milky bet.
It does look
it's
milky.
Begging for a call.
At this point in the tournament, though, I think that JD still has a strong enough hand that he only loses the extra 35K and has 150-ish or something behind, if I remember correct. So it's still a great call. It's not an easy call in that spot by any means.
Bones said Skull had the most mandatory bluff ever here.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree with Bones, but sometimes late in these flights, you think, okay, I have chips. Do I really want to bluff them off, even if this is a spot that I should?
Yeah.
And, it was nice to see Skull find that, correctly find it.
Such an interesting hand there. I mean, you couldn't pick a worse card on the river.
No, yeah. If you're in JD's shoes, you check the turn, and I think the check is great, but just get the most terrible river.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
And have the guy betting at you. Yeah, a bunch of people in chat saying they think that 50 or 60K might have done it, and I am in that camp. I think I like even a bit more. I like 60 to 80K personally.
Big Spivey with Big Slick suited.
Very pretty. Ace King of Hearts.
Looks good. Looks good.
Makes it pretty large though. He goes to 40K.
Blinds are 5, 10, 10. 39 players remain. We will go down to 24 tonight. We'll bag for day 2.
I don't see.
6 calls. Heads up.
This is very interesting. I was gonna say before Mentuts put in the call, I don't see any other option other than folding from him.
Top, all clubs on the board, but top for Big Spivey. He goes all in a quick fold.
Well played from Big Spivey. He doesn't realize how lucky he got to pick up another 40K in that hand just now. It's a spot I would assume he just takes down the blinds.
Fold. 9 fold. 1 fold. 3 fold.
You know how long the delay is? About 30 minutes.
4 raises to 20. 5 and 6 fold.
Got a hand you're thinking about?
Nah. Not yet.
7 call.
I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have.
Skull and Gawain, both with a king in their hand.
Since the
Open ender for Skull.
usually they just bring me in here.
Gawain in the big blind.
You went and saw one?
See if Skull will continue here.
You saw some hands you didn't want to see?
He will.
You know, you think you played no hands in an hour.
15,000 and Gawain.
Gawain doesn't like to fold.
He does not.
Might check one out. Flop 2.
He might have an idea of making a little bit of a move, it looked like. Nope, he opts not to. Actually, I see Bones in chat saying 35K is fine in that hand, and I agree. I think 35 is fine. It's the only reason it doesn't seem like it is because we can all see the exact hand that JD has, and that makes it.
And the reason why I liked the smaller bet is because it made it seem that Skull was begging for a call.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, your bet sizing can tell all sorts of different stories.
When he does get called by a better hand, if JD does somehow have an ace in that spot, Skull's going to minimize his losses, his chip losses in that exact scenario.
Yeah.
Which is super, super important this deep. This close to bagging.
$55.
5 raises to 55,000. 6 fold. 7 fold.
Really like this 3-bet from JD here.
3 fold.
We're even now.
Especially against Tranimal. He does show him a 6 of clubs. A lot of history between those two.
I mean, this whole table, I mean, half the table knows so much about each other.
Saw what he did to me on stream on the break.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, he showed me what he did to me too.
Worst fold of my life.
So on break, the players
Thank you, I appreciate it.
get a chance
He's just gonna have
to
it
look
next
at some
time.
of the hands.
It's just like
Because no electronics are allowed in the studio under the lights. We don't allow any phones,
Other
headphones,
hands did you go through?
smartwatches, anything like that.
Went as fast as I could.
Players have to leave that in a locker that we provide to them right outside the studio.
How's the head okay?
Huh?
How's the head okay?
Here we see Wayne on the button with the King Jack of the offsuit variety. Gonna raise it up to 33,000. Then Mitch with an ace in his hand. Gonna put it in.
All in for Mitch for his tournament life. He's got about 9 big blinds. So it's time to shove with an ace. Back to Gawain with the Broadway cards.
Yeah, and he already has 33K out there. He made a 33 on the button in that spot. So,
and he's going to make the call. So Mitch out in front here with his ace, but barely. On hand number 67. For Mitch's tournament life. There's the jack for Gawain. Also has him covered with clubs if they come.
And
it's over. Mitch is eliminated.
I was playing with you, man.
And Gawain, who's going to say, see you next time. And we look like we're down to 37 players, maybe. As we're an hour and a half from the next break. And just 2.5 minutes from the blinds going up. Next blind level will be coming in about 2.5 minutes. There's your table right now. Tranimal 46 big blind. He's the big stack. Mentuts is now the shorty with 9 big blinds. RVS in seat 1 right behind him with just 10 big blinds. Mark D says, yesterday was an insane 8-hour live stream. Yes, it was. But oh, what fun it was.
5 folds.
Brady just busted.
6 folds.
I'm like, Brady.
Did he?
I just saw him walking.
7
Oh,
folds.
wow. I mean, he only had 200, so I guess.
Eight, 12.
RVS, not many chips in the big blind. Already has 20,000 of his chips out there.
One call.
So he's going to make the call for the extra 15,000, and we're going to see a flop.
yeah, I like this. I like this from him. You have 2 cards you think are gonna be live.
One checks.
Not the flop that RVS was looking for, though. Skull Mike should be putting out a nice little continuation bet on this flop, and
Brady gonna go in the booth with Ricky?
I have no idea. Probably not.
I like Brady in the booth.
4 bets.
Sorry?
I like him in the booth.
he does for 20,000 and gets both Big Spivey and RVS to fold.
Skull Mike wants to join you day 2 tomorrow. Doug Polk also will be in day 2 tomorrow. 2:15 start. And 24 players from this flight will be in day 2.
So on Tuesday, decided to milk the clock a little bit during the final tip.
Dude, fuck, at like 4 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking fuckhead.
Sure. Jesus.
And they're probably, everyone's begging for a chop, and you're like, no, no, no. Let's just sit here and think about it for a second.
Nope. Neil said no chop.
Neil.
Neil, like Indian. I guess he's Indian.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All in here from Mentuts.
Oh, he was at the fountain?
Puts his 9 big blinds in the middle and says, let's go with ace-7 suited. Tranimal going to make the quick call.
Oh, that's who you played heads up?
Yeah.
And here we go.
I think so.
Mentuts looks like he's going to need a 7 or some help with spades. Does get 2 spades on this flop here.
This is a tough one.
There it is.
And turns it.
And Mentuts going to get the much needed double up.
Shouldn't call you with King 9 earlier. Now I'll put myself in this position.
92.
Hey, yeah.
Aya mentioned.
Those
Light blue chips are 25K, folks. We added those since the break. Orange chips are 5,000. Yellow chips are 1,000.
Welcome to the table, man.
Looks like we have a new player coming to the table.
Try to revenge his buddy.
I know. Who got Sasha? Who got Sasha? Who got Sasha?
Me.
I think you did.
You crippled him.
No, it was the ace 10 forehand.
My buddy down there probably freezing.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cold. Ooh, this is a run good.
Oh, Broadway hands.
Yeah. Manila guy. 335. Agreed.
This is Manila guy.
I was with him.
Manila guy
Once again, if you want to play on the Lodge live stream, reach out to that man. That's Skull Mike. That's his 3rd grade picture right there. A side-by-side comparison. 3rd grade and today. Look at that. Reach out to Skull Mike on his Instagram or Twitter at Skull Mike Poker, or send him an email direct, skullmike at the Lodge Poker Club, lodgepokerclub.com. Easy for me to say. Let him know when you're going to be in town. Start the conversation, and he'll get you on. One thing, though, we could make you a star. People get recognized. We hear all the time, you know. I played on the stream. I was in an airport in Pittsburgh. Somebody comes up to me and says, hey, do you play on the Lodge live stream? We hear that all the time. Stories like that. I know, Mixon, you've been recognized before.
I have.
Discipline. That's discipline.
More than a handful of times.
I'll tell you, after this hand, the best time I was recognized, I'll tell you.
We did get new to the table. We got Adam in the 9 seat next to final table Kev.
All in from RVS.
Another very good tourney player. Skull gonna make the call here.
Skull's gonna make the call, and he's gonna have RVS in a bad situation, but RVS doesn't seem to die.
No, but everybody at this table is
Oh, so it's no hand.
rooting for Skull in this spot.
I'm getting one of those cakes out there.
RVS, a great player. Hits a 6 right in the window.
Skull has some 10s now. He did hit
not the 10 of hearts anymore.
A 1-outer 10 a little while ago, but
Skull hits his jack because that's what Skull does.
He hits.
Wow, look at that cake. I know.
The old
Everyone ounces in
5-outer, I think. Yeah, that's just how Skull does it.
Skull eliminates a very talented player, RVS Ryan.
The run good continues.
And Skull all of a sudden has 337,000 chips. He's almost the chip leader. He, Tranimal, and JD all around the same.
Excuse me, sir. Was I supposed to lose that pot?
No.
I told you, 3, 2, 3.
But I can't beat Ryan in all ones, so.
I should get another 10 then.
The big blind called you.
Are we really doing
he
this?
was big blind?
The big blind called you.
All right, makes sense.
Final table Kev laying down the law, saying, I am not wrong, sir. Very politely.
What is this blanket that we're seeing here from Eric?
You need a little glass of warm milk?
Just like his bills. Just like
You
his
took Mark's food seriously.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. People don't forget.
Oh, Mike's food.
6-4.
Eric's got his blankie. Everything is good in the world.
We're all good. Did anyone see Matt?
Wesley?
Yeah.
What, is he firing?
I was just wondering. If anyone saw him.
He's going to have to get 4th place. To break,
8-fold. 9-fold.
Skull was a case 10 away from sitting where you're sitting right now and lamenting the fact that what could have been about an hour and a half ago. Now he's got a ton of chips.
Tranimal, King 10 on the
Tranimal.
button, suited, and I
Which
like
Tranimal's
this.
not
I
gonna
like
take
this a
none of
lot.
that shit.
Tranimal on the button with 40% to a royal flush in his hand.
Nice 3-bet, nice size. Eric, another very good player. So they get rid of
Nobody.
they get rid of RVS, but
Ace Queen good, Ace Queen good.
they did not get a slouch at the table, Rick.
Bye week, no colors, huh? No colors on the bye week.
There's the stacks at this table. Tranimal, the chip leader. Big Ivey now is the shorty at the table.
You're on a bye this week.
194,000. Not anywhere near panic mode with 16 big blinds.
Not at all. Not at all. The structure in this tournament is very good, so
Even Kevin's favorite team, the Jets.
not any reason to panic right now.
My favorite team to poke fun with, for sure.
I was looking at the division. It's like no one's even within competing range. You go.
4-fold. Now I know what the Patriots feel like,
For-
other than
for 20 years.
winning the Super Bowl, but being awesome, having the Jets look up at us.
Talking about the Bills.
JD with the King Jack suited.
This is true.
Take care, VW Bug. Appreciate all that you do.
Yeah.
We will see you hopefully
No Super
tomorrow
Bowls.
or Monday. And JD
Maybe this year.
is going to put a bunch of chips in the pot and take it down in the small blind. Little blind on blind action.
Wow, Brittany not doing her job.
Nice hand from JD. See the short stack on your left, and really put the pressure on them in that blind versus blind situation.
It's been an hour already with you?
There was a break. You know, we cut in about 15 minutes.
Time does fly with you, buddy. Yeah. They listen to him talk and they're like,
8-9 fold.
Jeez.
Where's the pretty Asian girl? Bring her.
3-fold.
Trying to say Kevin's not pretty?
I told him he looked good today. I told him that earlier. Were you bluffing?
Skull with pocket sixes here in the cutoff.
4 raises.
Going to make it 30,000.
5 and 6 fold.
Back to Gawain.
That's number 3, Mike.
And he has threes. He's going to see a flop for sure.
Gawain wakes up with crabs here in the big blind. He's going to come along. So heads up, Skull in good shape here.
Here we are.
And hits a set. Skull starting to heat up.
I'll check.
7 checks.
Unfortunately, Gawain does not have much. Hard to play the crabs post-flop.
Very good check, though, from Skull. Recognizing Gawain's range out of the big blind. Maybe let him hit something, hopefully anything on the turn. But Gawain not scared. A 3 would be disastrous. Does not come.
7 checks.
Skull wins this pot. He's going to be approaching 400,000 chips.
45.
Gonna fire out 45,000.
Can you splash the pot for me, please?
And
Thank you.
Wayne is not a believer, it seems like. Good bet from Skull.
Gawain trying to make the hero call here.
He's gonna count it out and see how much it might cost him.
What do you think, chat? One if he calls, two if he folds. Let me hear from you. He folds. And Skull, all of a sudden, has 394,000 chips. And we're going to wave goodbye to Kevin for, and he'll be back. OG Lisa. And while we have
Thanks, man.
this dealer change, let's hear one more time from our stream sponsor, ClubWPT Gold.
$5 million free roll. 2,000 players converge on December 13th in Las Vegas. One person will win $1 million. Will it be you? Sign up now at ClubWPTGold.com using code LODGE and be one of 5 people to win their passport this week.
ClubWPT Gold, their $5 million free roll, December 13th in Las Vegas. The only way you can play that tournament, though, is with a golden passport. Lodge is giving away 5 a week. Register, sign up at ClubWPTGold.com and use code LODGE, and you'll be eligible for all the Lodge drawings.
We have a hand developing here. Adam raising under the gun with the kings. We're going to see an all-in, yeah. Mentuts will need an ace.
So Mentus is packing up. Doesn't have much faith that OG Lisa's going to flop an ace here.
Who's got what?
For Mentus Tournament Life.
Look at the kings.
I don't know who has.
Couple diamonds.
Diamond would be interesting on the turn.
There's a diamond.
3 clubs.
And there's the boat for Adam. And Mentus is going to wave goodbye.
I've been up close and personal.
And there's Joe Strazera.
Yeah.
Puba.
What back door is going to come
making a cameo on the live stream.
I gave Puba his name, the Grand Puba.
No, make sure he doesn't walk with his mic.
Now everybody calls him Puba.
He's already in Houston.
Wow.
Seemed unnecessary to jam into the under the gun, right? Yeah. For my first raise. I know. With Andrew's chips.
With my fucking chips.
You're doing okay.
No.
Adam with a ton of chips, it looks like. Those light blue ones are 25,000, so looks like he's got
perfect bluff hand.
He's got over 500,000 chips, 532,000.
Yeah, probably. Probably
a lot of people think they tell them
close to 550, right? And what a great spot to be in at this point.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Might see some fireworks in this hand.
27 players, so we're 3 players away from
You don't see it's under the gun raised by a player who ain't played. Like,
us stopping for the night.
that's crazy.
You almost got there.
Skull looking the table over, trying to figure out how much to make it here.
Nice. Make sure you show us 6. See what the Tranimal does about this, huh?
Hey.
Skull makes it 70K. Wayne now, ace 10 suited.
I did think the ace because just to reward that terrible ace five.
Dude,
Ace
it
kings.
happens so much.
Like you can beat ace queen, ace king, but ace
Ace
five.
10 suited looks good and it feels very strong, but against an open and a 3-bet at this point, it really shrivels up.
That's a reasonable spot.
And he lays it down correctly.
Oh yeah.
And Tranimal does the same, so Skull wins another pot.
Skull,
I wait for
449,000 chips.
And then Friday night I wait for Saturday.
Bring it in like a pro talker. You know I had to push right there.
And he's on fire.
That happened in one of the WSOPs.
Skull Mike.
It was second board. The lines were like not that big, 3-6. Damn, you guys are blessed.
I know.
Day one for the night.
How nice it must be.
Like you don't even want to call. You got a monster.
Afterwards, you still want to
day
one. 4 bag.
I was like, why did you do that?
It's just better that way, dude.
I grew up with Andy. Let him bag and he bagged.
Yeah, he already bagged.
Yeah, he bagged.
4 raises, 25. 5 folds, 7 folds.
I don't know. I thought you for sure were opening under the gun with 10-7 off.
I mean, I guess I'll fold some of the time.
I thought you had ace-4.
It doesn't seem worth the risk at all, especially at this point. He still had like 200K.
Close to it.
It was like 150, 160.
I mean, it was playable.
See
That's all. I didn't. I'm just
flop here. Eric
super
calling out of
I
the
literally
big
had, like,
blind
one hand, and I'm open under the
with ace queen off.
I mean, I wouldn't waste time on his stuff.
Welcome.
Who is this, Sean?
Welcome, man.
He's gonna still have the best hand here, the ace queen. Skull, the pre-flop aggressor with the 10-7 of diamonds, and it's a 7 on the turn.
Hello. You have to talk in that voice the whole time.
That is 18.
Eric putting a bet out now. And Skull likely gonna just call here. And he does.
It's nice right before we bag. If he busted me down to 100K, that would have been pretty nice.
Don't listen to that man, bro.
And River's a 4. So both players with the straight on the board is
The guy jammed 200K into me with ace-5. That guy? No, the guy that was in your seat.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
now we see Eric put out a
And then you say Merry Christmas.
Yeah, total sweat, yeah.
Oh, he said Merry Christmas?
good bet here. 39,000. He's trying to tell Skull that he is in the big blind and he has an 8 in his hand
2 away?
3.
at a minimum.
Ben had like 550 or something.
I thought you said he had a mill.
No, remember I said if he won. He said
Oh.
If he won that hand, he would have, yeah.
And Skull thinking it over,
queens or shot.
makes the call, and they're gonna chop it up.
Ooh, nice trick.
You're in the big one. Oh, wait.
Very lucky river for Eric right there.
He opened.
No, he opened. I should have jammed it in his face.
Slick Rick and Mixon Poker in the bunker tonight. I want to thank Mixon for hopping in. He was out at the cash streets and he's already bagged. You love the lodge. You're here a lot, Mixon. We love you.
I'm here way too much.
You're like Norm from Cheers. You remember that show, Cheers? Are you too young to
Too
watch
young
Cheers?
to watch Cheers, Rick.
Oh my God, that was one of the greatest shows ever. Who in chat knows about Cheers? Come on.
All organic.
Pretty good. I was following
Which
this guy on
day of the
Instagram.
week do you take off?
He ate Chipotle for
So Sean, another crusher.
Yeah.
This table is just chock full of crushers.
Yes, it is.
I hope he has a deal with Chipotle.
He got something.
He gets sponsored now.
He got something.
That food better
Got
be
the
free.
Chipotle right here.
If I was Chipotle, I'd sponsor him.
Yesterday, somebody lost like
Yeah, it was Rampage. Rampage ordered Chipotle and somebody fucking took it.
Oh no. Where did they take it from?
I don't know. It's fucking gone. Somewhere over here. He had to order another one.
Bad beat.
I was at a different place last week on Saturday night last week, and I ordered P-Terry's. And I switched the address 3 times because I had to manually put it in with the suite number I was at and all that crap.
Like a lodge.
They still bring it here to the lodge.
And you put it in wrong.
Nice little hand from Eric, blind versus blind. These pots are what really become important, Rick.
I ate it.
Late,
I was like, oh, cool, man. I wasn't here.
late on the day one flights, and then heading into the back bubble as these blind versus blind pots. Running good in them is really nice, but taking them down
There was 2. At our
2 under
table.
100?
as much as possible when you don't have hands is very crucial.
Oh, yeah. We only had 1 short because he just busted those 2 right before. Yep. So it was only her.
Raise to 27 from 5. 6 folds. 7 folds.
Way too quiet.
See Sean lay down the pocket 5s right there after JD's under the gun open. And we have Leo at the table now, too. Wow.
Leo is here nearly every day. He's primarily a cash player. I'm almost shocked to see him in the tournament streets.
Whatever. Every time he's in the big blind, you freaking open.
JD will win that pot. Yes, we will be streaming tomorrow, day 2. Gonna come on a little late, so Sunday night, enjoy your Sunday, watch a little football, and then join us Sunday night around, I'd say around 8 p.m. is when we'll come on air, because we will go until there's a final table, final 9. So, and then we'll stop and come back on Monday between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. We'll come on air on Monday for the final table.
1.
But yes, tomorrow night, more of this tournament, day 2. Doug Polk will be in the field tomorrow. He's got over 1 million chips, one of the chip leaders who bagged in a day 1 flight.
I guess they didn't lose that player out there.
Yeah, Sasha's not playing the tournament.
The skull did him dirty. Ugh.
4 folds.
Didn't he do me dirty on the turn?
He did, but
He did.
he did.
Everybody forgets.
But only the 2 outer on the river matters.
It was actually one.
One outer.
Oh yeah, 1. Oh yeah, I heard.
Get it right.
No, so like we're outside there, and like through the door you can hear Slick Rick.
Who's his
Go
nuts?
water.
That's hilarious.
That's my boy. Yeah. It made me pull it up, and then I got to watch it live, like right as soon as it was happening. So
Thanks for your support, Sean.
you're welcome.
Adam with the open ender.
You're asking too much.
Yeah, you gotta be greedy in this game, bro.
It's the holiday season. Just be thankful.
That's next week, bro. We got plenty of time for that next week.
Check 5.
Top now for Adam. Goes check all the way around. Now 2 pair for Adam. So he went from an open ender to top pair to top 2.
Check 5.
Did you have 4s? You'd have 5s.
Wrong. Close.
Oh,
Very close.
Hey, you got half of it, right?
4s, 5s. Never heard of that 5.
That's the worst 2 pair you can ever have. Yeah. Well, the worst top 2. Maybe.
Eric's locked in, huh?
50%. 50%.
Halfway there.
Seven, six, four.
You got any cheating devices in that blanket?
It's not my blanket. See what he had? Can you wand him again?
He heard Ray go, he has fours.
That makes sense.
He calls with fours.
All I saw is once he flipped up that four.
Oh, man, you were halfway there, too.
Yeah, I was like, you, I need you to have fours, you'd have fives.
Yeah, that's the only hand. It's only scenario.
Nope, sevens.
Yeah, then I would have been mad for not doing it.
Raise to 28 from 7, 8, 4, 9, 2, 2, 4, 3, 4.
Gawain, fire that in there.
Second partner.
That was you?
That was me, sir.
Nah.
He needs to win the blind, so when he raises butt, or big blind next hand.
If 4 times in a row, he's gonna fucking take me outside and beat my ass.
Army stuff.
I'm a bit of a math guy, so I'm thinking if you do it 4 times, I have to call, because at some point I got to hit hard, right?
Good thing you didn't do it last time, or you would walk into a set. Boom.
Skull's starting to talk. He normally doesn't talk much when he's in a tournament. He gets locked in Skull mode.
We got a lot of camo at this table today. Camo. Camo.
That's his favorite thing to wear.
Camo. 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 Fucking ready for war in the studio. Under the lights.
Skull Mike.
It's the only jacket he owns, okay?
Hey, come on. Don't be dissing Leo's wardrobe like
Did you get that here, or did you
got it for free. Free merch day.
Both black cards.
I thought you follow my Instagram, right? Don't you?
Yeah, I do, but I don't watch that.
You're a follower, you're a supporter.
Gotta love Leo's gear. He's got the camo lodge hoodie. I didn't even know he had those. That looks pretty sharp there, Leo.
You don't know his day to day.
You could find Leo on the 1-3 tables nearly every day of the week here at Lodge Card Club.
Probably. He's Chinese. Do you turn red?
That's right.
Only the Americans can pull off the camera.
Don't let that mean Vietnamese
Skull's
guy.
gonna make it 30,000
Chinese, bro.
with Ace Jack.
Mixed.
It's unfucking believable.
Grandparents
I know.
from China.
It's unreal.
Lived in Vietnam. Well, the Chinese are
I'd be
everywhere
fucking
in
pissed.
every country. in Asia.
You've been to Vietnam?
I'd be real
Few
pissed.
times. All right. I just feel like everyone's trying to hustle me when I go to Asia.
Skull and Gawain have been taking it to the streets.
You don't like fit in as the real Asian. You know, like this guy's American for sure.
Barely speak
And
the
Gawain's
language,
gonna come along. He wants to see a flop and wants to beat Skull Mike.
I think this is a reasonable hand to see a flop with here. A suited queen.
Ooh,
And
2 pair for Gawain, and Skull hits his ace.
we-
Wow.
We have trouble here for Skull.
Guarantee. What's the buy-in? 1100. Oh, get the WPT Prime there. Oh yeah.
The 2 hearts, the texture of this flop might
Now
Good another
Thailand's,
sit?
poker now.
Huh?
Good another
might help Skull save a little bit of chips, but
I can't disclose that information.
75.
Gawain's gonna bet 75,000.
really interesting. He
Raise
just,
here to 75,000.
I think he just asked Skull
He had a
if
set.
he had a set
Yeah.
after his bet, and then raises him. So that's. I mean, if I'm Skull, I think I've got some alarm bells going off in my head, and it's not a huge raise, and we have top pair with good kicker. No heart in our hand, though. I think it could.
You like Manila better?
Might just decide to make a tight fold here if you're in this spot, but we'll see what Skull decides.
No, he's coming along.
He's not scared.
He's in trouble.
He's going to need some help.
Another heart. That may slow everything down.
Yeah. Skull is definitely very curious after Gawain puts a raise in on that flop. To see a check on this turn. Skull now
goes check, check. To the river we go. There's the ace and Skull. Another river winner for Skull.
Wow.
Oh my God, Skull.
This is just an incredible river for Skull. And
the ace from space.
He is going to make the call here, especially after what Gawain says on the flop and asks him if he has a set. Skull could be thinking that Gawain has a set of queens here. Bet a six or a set of sixes maybe even, but if he's asking that question, I would think Skull's probably heavily weighted toward Gawain just having queens and him being beat, but there's no way he's folding here.
I'm surprised we haven't lost anyone.
Yeah, it's been
Skull may be considering if he raises. How would Gawain react?
Skull looking like he's carving out calling chips. Or doing a little inventory.
Little inventory. Gonna see what he's left with if he's wrong here. Yeah, it was definitely not a snap call.
I was thinking about stuffing it.
There's the call.
3 pairs. I think you rivered me.
He did river you. Skull with a huge pot, now approaching 600,000. And Gawain has liftoff.
We got a steamer.
We got a steamer.
Yeah, no mercy, dude.
Very nice hand from Skull Michael.
And Gawain is a very emotional player.
It's legitimate. It's legitimate.
I told you I'm going to hit all on the fourth one, and I did. I hit 2 pair.
Yeah. Unlucky.
Let's look at blast off from Gawain here.
Oh, Skull, that's going to break me. Oh, my goodness. Nice one.
Shakes his head and
that might have been an expletive. I couldn't hear it on the
you
slow-mo
can't read lips?
replay, but could have been an expletive.
Such a fucking river rat, huh?
Skull is living on the river.
Lisa, holiday season's gonna be nice for you.
How does Slick Rick control what comes out on the river for you? What's your system?
This is power.
I have nothing to do with it. I'm here in the bunker.
Saved by the deck left and right.
Skull. I don't want to hear any moaning from Skull of how unlucky he is. His horseshoe is implanted in his ass tonight. Once again.
Kevin, what's the jack?
I'm all in.
And Gawain.
All in, and Gawain is feigning tilt with Big Slick.
Oh no, Skull.
I was pretty strong on the last one, dude.
Skull put 35K in already, and he should be able to make this fold for that much. But it does feel very
Very
tilty.
Go home or I double up. I don't mind either way.
Gawain hitting him with the little speech.
For who, me or Skull?
Take a look at the clock. Let's see how many left.
Last time I asked.
27 remain. Once we get to 24, we will call it a night. Those players will move on to day 2. And I'll get to go home.
I should call
is torn here. He knows his hand is very bad. But against the guy that you just sucked out on. Very nice fold. Very nice fold from Skull.
Let him live. Let him live. Let him live. One of the nicest cards in the deck.
Yeah, that's one of the best feelings in poker. You lose a big pot, and then the very next hand you get dealt a premium hand and can get all the chips in and make it look like you're tilted.
Rebel wants to know why we're starting the stream late tomorrow. Well, because we're going to stream until the final table, and if we started at 3 o'clock, we would have a 12-hour stream. We're not going to have a 12-hour stream. We think we'll go probably about 5 hours, 6 hours tomorrow, even if we started at 8 p.m., because the final table will not be decided until the wee hours of the morning. That's why we're starting late tomorrow.
Are you ready for a beer now?
Let's go.
All right,
You in?
Sounds like they're ordering beers. They're
Can I get a little
close enough to the bag that Skull is getting the beers, the Tranimal getting beers.
Adam?
Whatever you want, I got it.
Sean?
4 Modelos, 1 Dos Equis, it sounds like.
I love that. That's fun.
They didn't ask if I wanted any.
I know. What the heck?
Nobody ever asked if I want any. I'm all right. I wouldn't take it anyway.
You like 250 me drinking that. Skill? You're supposed to be like quarter.
Yeah, this is the nitty gritty, so to speak, of this whole day now. We are down.
I never even see that.
26.
Yeah, player got eliminated, so we're down to 2 players more.
And some of these players, like Skull with this big stack now, and Adam with this big stack at this table, can really
put
pressure on at this point in the tournament.
This is where guys like you lick their chops.
Absolutely. One of the things that I never do is pay the bubble in any of the tournaments, even the smaller free roll tournaments, because I just love. Sure, I bubble sometimes, but when we can put the pressure on other players and try and make them to make mistakes, that is ideal. And Skull, like I said, using his chips to his advantage, just picks up 40K from the blinds right there.
David, yes, day 2, I believe Joe said, make it to day 2 and you've already cashed
Skill juice
in this tournament.
I thought you were gonna say like, where do we get it? But no.
That's funny.
Close to 1,000 people watching on this Saturday night.
Fruit punch.
You are watching the Mayhem Poker Series main event, a day 1 flight where 220 entries, each paid $1,200.
No, it's sweet to the motherfucker.
Oh. Regular water. Regular
All in here for Big Spivey.
Adam, pocket 5s on the button.
Little mystery hand for Big Spivey. We know he's got a queen of spades. Don't know his other card.
I'm going to say it's at least ace queen right here, Rick.
I'll send it to you.
No, I'm just asking. $10 for what?
For the beer.
No, that's something separate.
But I don't know much about him, and these short stints of seeing a player play for.
I'll take care of it already. I'll take care of it.
Looks like Adam's gonna call.
Yeah. I mean, it's a reasonable spot to call.
I'm gonna need it.
Leo folds the king queen in the small blind, and Eric now with the 4s.
Over there. You got a beer down there too, but he's in a hand.
Skull wants everybody to cheer him. There's other people playing poker, Skull.
Give me justice, man.
This is the Skull show, man.
All right, so you were
There it
right.
is.
It is ace queen versus the 5, so it's a flip.
Yep.
This could be.
Wow, it won't be. I don't run that good, guys. Sorry.
And JD needling Adam, saying he won't run good in this spot. So
Universe is breaking.
sounds like JD's money is on Big Spivey to hit an ace or a queen.
Big Spivey needs this double up. There's the ace for Big Spivey.
4 first what?
What do you guys?
No 5 on the river.
If I go, oh, I ain't gonna look.
And Big Spivey's going to get the much-needed double up.
Yeah, very nice double up for him.
That's a pro move.
Yeah.
Roger says, love the stream. Pulling for Skull to win it all. God help us if Skull wins it all.
Oh, goodness.
I will hear it the rest of my life. Remember that time I hit a 1-outer? I was on my way home.
How long do you think he's going to talk about that one?
That wasn't. He hit a 1-outer a little while ago. In Mystery Boundary, he hit a 9 on the river for the 1-outer quads.
This guy,
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Look at
I looked up, I saw 25 when I put
No, I
25. So we are on the bubble here. Next person out does not move on to day 2. So you play all day, and you get. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that is one of the worst feelings in tournament poker, Rick, is being the bubble boy or girl. You play, you crush it. Sometimes you don't have any chips.
Yeah.
It's just bound to happen. Sometimes you have a ton of chips and you get coolered or you punt it away. That's what I do all the time.
I got no problems playing.
Punt it away. I bubble all the time.
So Eric is the short stack here.
No, definitely not.
You hear that shit?
Definitely not.
You hear that shit, Glenn?
No one
Remember
said
that tomorrow when he's fucking raising your big blind.
Don't worry, I'll be 3 betting.
What if Skull punted it right here?
Oh my God. Maestro Matt Sweeney. Uh-oh. Let's listen in. Joe Struzera.
All right, everybody. So we're going to be going hand for hand. We are on the bubble here. We're bagging 24. There's 25 left. We're going to keep the clock paused. 2 minutes is going to come off for every hand that is dealt. Guys, please stay in your seats. We don't really have to worry about that here, but don't go sweat another table. As soon as we lose a player, we will bag up. If we happen to lose 2 players, we're not going to be paying out because you have to be into day 2. So, we would just be bagging up 23 in that spot. So when Michelle is ready, we'll give it a go here and deal 1 hand and then stop.
All right. So we're at hand for hand. The reason we do this is so one table doesn't just stall and force the other table to have to play more hands, and that's why we go hand for hand. So we'll deal 1 hand. Joe has just told Lisa to shuffle. We'll deal this hand, play it, and then wait until we get told.
You gonna stay here?
Let's play.
How many hands do you think it's going to take, Rick?
Not many. Couple. Maestro Matt Sweeney says he'd be happy if Skull was able to brag to us for 9 months, for the next 9 months. Well, Maestro Matt Sweeney, you must be a better friend than me.
Yeah, he's just saying that it's much better than him bitching about something for the next 9 months, I think.
That's true.
Did you take 2 minutes off every hand?
Yes, sir.
He probably just said that, didn't he?
Oh no, I
doubling up.
I know, right? I got an excuse. You know how it is.
Well,
you know.
you don't want to like racing on the ball.
Aces for Eric here.
Goodness.
In the small blind.
Yeah, right. You wait. No heart attacks.
Yeah.
Did they give you anything for a double bag here?
Big.
You can't double bag yourself. You can't double
Big
bag.
raise to the 40K right here. And Tranimal with
relax, man.
7-5 off.
Today, I'll be at disadvantage.
Easy to count.
No reason to get involved at this point.
Lot of hostility.
And Tranimal will lay it down. Eric will show him the aces. Folks in chat who watch the stream a lot, Maestro Matt Sweeney happens to be in chat right now. He is our executive producer.
One heart, one
Let him know How you feel about Maestro Matt Sweeney? He does a hell of a job, folks. He is the man behind it all. The executive producer of the live stream in chat right now.
I just want to go watch the stream for that one dragon. It's only an hour.
I'm not just saying that because I'm up for my employee review next week.
Felt like a good spot.
I'm just kidding.
Look, I think you have enough Employee of the Month plaques out there, Rick. Don't think your job's in danger.
Of course, just out of
On the bubble here.
How long can I take for?
Gawain with Jack 10 will raise here to 37,000.
Interesting raise from Gawain. Now Eric, the ace queen, gonna be putting in a 3-bet. Nope, just calls. And Tranimal right next door to Eric with the ace queen.
All in.
Ooh.
And rips it.
Oh my goodness.
He rips it.
Oh, baby.
And Skull Mike wakes up with the tanks again.
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, baby, indeed.
If Skull Mike calls here.
Animal.
He's in a pretty good spot.
He's got Jack 7.
This would be for half of his chips, though.
Tens just feels so weird here.
I wish I had Jack 7.
You hear Skull say he wishes he had Jack 7 when somebody joked about it, because he would make the easy fold, but he actually has a very interesting decision here on the bubble. Tranimal's raise here is very strong.
If it wasn't on the bubble, Mixon, the last thing you want to do is spend the next 12 hours in bed tossing and turning.
Oh, it's the worst feeling in the world. And
to make a mistake this
even
late.
when you do get it in and you're correct and you see that somebody has ace
He
queen.
folds.
Wow, very, very good fold from Skull right here.
It's better to sleep well tonight, Mixon.
Yeah. Eric now though with a interesting decision too with the ace queen. I mean, he doesn't want to put the chips in bad here either, and the Tranimal's shoving range here is probably very strong. Is it stronger than ace queen that we have all the time? I don't know. A lot of ace king.
I mean,
a lot of pairs, a lot of jacks plus.
I mean,
probably.
Eric, this is for his tournament life.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
And this is where you were saying the pressure of having a big stack this time of the tournament.
Absolutely. Very well played from Tranimal here.
And he's going to lay it down.
We're 4 from the money I
Yeah.
snap. 4 from the money I snap.
And you just said it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a very, very good raise from the Tranimal in that spot. And
it's not ace king,
gonna take that down and pick up a very nice pot without going.
It would have been fun. In the cast streams, we were allowed to rabbit hunt the flop. It would have been fun because you know the 10 was going to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe all the 10s were gone. I know. I saw 110. I guess all of them were gone.
Regardless, I think it would have been fun to run it out and just see Skull mull it over when the flop was like 8 high and the river went deuce deuce, or the turn and river went deuce deuce, and
There.
10s hold.
Just take it down.
See, that's what I'm talking about, Mixon. You pick me up when I make an error.
I was like, did I just get fucked here? Like,
Gawain now.
28 left.
Hand number 88.
The ace jack.
Best case.
Makes it 33.
Probably about 160.
And Adam.
Oh my God, Adam with the bullets.
What a dream spot for him.
It's fine.
No, it's not fine.
And he's going to race here. Those are 25K each, so he made it 75,000.
I really like this raise from him. The size is
it wasn't jacks.
Beautiful at this point in the tournament. Skull getting a little camera time.
That's what he needs,
In the
camera
muck.
time.
How much? 75?
JD with some Broadway cards.
They're still going. The night flight's still going, probably.
JD probably has more experience on the bubble in tournaments than the rest of this table combined. And
Gawain's going to come along with his ace-jack on hand number 88. And
Gawain is going to be in trouble here, Rick.
Honestly, I don't know what the night flight. Here we go.
Couple clubs. Will Adam
Because they
unload here?
A little under 1,000.
Wayne has less than the pot behind. He has only 117,000 in his stack here.
80. My overlay like 80.
They were.
45 is the bet from that.
Yeah, basically no rate. These. These.
There's the call. So Gawain is really committed to this pot with just 72,000 behind. And he's going to put it all in. Snap call.
And that's it.
And Gawain is the bubble.
That's it.
Wow. It just happened that quick.
That's the bubble.
Yeah. It's unfortunate for Gawain in that spot to just run into aces, but very nice hand for Adam. He's going to pick up another 230K right on the bubble and have 638K in his stack. Back the big stack at this table.
Gawain is always runs deep into tournaments. He will be back, folks, probably at the Turbo tomorrow morning. He's eliminated, and that'll do it for us. Mixon, you did a hell of a job.
Well, thank you, Rick.
And you'll be at day 2 tomorrow, 2:15, with your 953,000 chips, battling the likes of Doug Polk, Skull Mike, and so many others.
Yeah, I hope I have Skull Mike and Doug Polk at my table and just really get to rough them up. That would be, I mean, a dream come true, right?
Folks, for everybody here at the Lodge Card Club, we thank you for watching tonight. Tune in tomorrow somewhere around 8 p.m. Central Time when we'll come on air for day 2, where we'll go all the way from day 2 down to a final table. For all the folks here at the Lodge, get on out there, play some poker. Hopefully it's at one of our 2 clubs. Take care, everybody.